that's fucking rude.
I wish I was back in Charlotte. No, my neighborhood is far from gentrifying. I just think my life goals are too eclectic to be messed up.
Alrighty then.
I'm not even walking. I tried to write a piece on organic beef jerky, but hit a block.
There.
Whatever. Catch you later.
That there. Put that there.
This no dairy thing sucks ass. Okay.
Yeah, next time I'm poking holes in the condom. Talk to you later.
Next time I'm putting holes in the condom, are you?
Hate it here. I wish I was back in Charlotte.
That's not very good. That's entrapment, bitch. You'd be disgusted in yourself. Oh well. You finally have the Steam GTA. That's good. Did she come back? Missed that. Oh no, she's... Oh wow, that projectile time is so long, come on. Bro, it's actually really hard to hit her. You have to be perfectly... If you shoot behind, if you shoot at her, it goes behind her. If you shoot ahead of her, it goes ahead of her. It's like almost impossible to kill them. Jesus Christ. Well, I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm innocent in this encounter. I did nothing. I didn't kill her. I didn't shoot her. I didn't do anything. She got hit by a car. And she died, and she dropped money, which is now mine.
Holy shit!
You know, these things happen. Hey, Jack, what are you saying, bro? What's up? With your 4 highs, what are you saying? Shame, though. These things happen, you know, sometimes people die. I hope the blood in the next game's a little bit more realistic. The blood in this game is very, cartoony, kind of like the old days. I post GTA, can you be... I like how... It's an interesting strategy to go to other people and ask them to sub to you. That's quite the interesting strategy. How's it working out for you? Certainly unconventional strategy.
Jesus Christ! Holy hell!
Alright then, so what to do. Well, first things first, I think I'm gonna go and buy some I'm gonna go to the casino, quickly do the casino wheel. And also, I know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call up what's his name, Mutt, and ask him to get some supplies for my acid lab, because that thing is always needing supplies and I always forget to do it.
What's up? Alright, it'll cost us, but I have plenty of...
God, I
friends
forgot
with
how
extra
nice the
chemicals laying around.
Infernus was. Can I though? I'm gonna have to say no. I'll give you props for your audacity, but I'm gonna have to say no.
Is it okay if I compliment your car? I don't think so.
Some don on YouTube trying to get subscribers. Yeah, YouTube is so crazy like that. They're always very they're a lot more audacious over there than on Twitch. On Twitch, I find most people don't bother to ask anymore. On YouTube, they're very audacious. they're very quick to beg for stuff like that. It's quite funny. Hey, Bluff, what's up? Yes, the Infernus in GTA 5 is quite similar to the one in 4, yes. It's a shame that Rockstar kind of forgot how good the old cars were in their pursuit of releasing a ton of new cars that have no, you know, like, actual love. They got no, like, legacy, you know? They don't have the legacy that the old cars have. That's what I don't like about the new cars in this game. That's why I don't like the new cars in GTA 6 either, because, you know, it will be in GTA 6, because they don't have the legacy that the old cars have. Rage, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube. Like, for example, if you look at, like, look at this, right? Like, there's some good names here, like the Banshee, but obviously it's a GTS version. Okay, fine. Coquette. Okay, cool. What the fuck is this? The Pipistrello? What the fuck is that? The Pipistrello. The Euros is an old one. The Niobe, I guess. Never heard of that. That wasn't a thing. Like, you know, a lot of these cars, they're, you know, they don't have the legacy that the old ones have. So, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. So, I think in GTA 6 I'm gonna stick to just buying old cars. I don't really want to get all. I don't really want to imagine what they're gonna do in GTA 6, the kind of crap they're gonna come out with. So I'm gonna stick to the old GTA 4 and older cars, maybe some GTA 5 era cars, but yeah, that'll be fine. You just watched the new episode of Last of Us. It was a banger episode, was it? Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Alrighty then, so I'd like to have some more in-game events, you know, that'd be cool. Having some stuff that comes up and changes the game would be awesome. But then again, knowing how the player base reacts to having a bit of snow, I don't think Rockstar would want to. A bit of snow drops on this game, everyone's losing their goddamn mind. Oh well. Alright then, I will join some heists, I guess, see what I can get. They're gonna have a 2025 Ferrari or something. Oh yeah, they'll have loads of like modern cars on there, and cars that will come out over the years, but I don't mind so much if it's like a newer version of an older car. I just don't like it when they come out with all these new ones, like the hippie stock or whatever the fuck it's called, like, you know? If it's a cheetah, yeah, or an Infernus, yeah, but if it's something like Pippi stock, no. Not for me. It's the episode where that one contentious thing that pissed everyone off in the game happens. Oh, I think I know what you're on about, yeah. I'm surprised they did it so early on. Why does it take so long to download GTA 5 on Steam? I don't know, Steam's pretty quick for me. Pretty quick for most people, I imagine. Let's see what we get here. It's taken 40 minutes. It's 62%. I mean, that's not the worst I've seen. It's pretty decent. I mean, I find that Steam, and most people I talk to, Steam pretty much saturates their entire download. So I don't know why it's slower for you. Alright, let's see what we get. Come on. Give us something good. Come on. Prison Break, is it finale or is it earlier on in the Prison Break? I don't mind doing any heist tonight, so I even Series A. I know I hate doing Series A, but I even do Series A. Oh, it's actually the finale? No way. No way we're doing finale. Ah, yes, this is my favorite heist to do in finale with randoms, because they're so... Randoms are some of the worst people to do this with, because they don't know what they're doing half the time, and they muck it up. The amount of restarts you get, oh, I can't wait. Oh, yeah, I'm really hype. Oh, my days. Yes, this is gonna be brilliant. This is gonna be fucking brilliant. Let's go. Can't wait for this shit. Oh, my days. Yes, let's go. Alright. And you put it on normal, which is probably the best idea because people are gonna die, so... Someone's gonna fuck this up, surely. Someone's gonna fuck this up. It's inevitable with Prison Break. Prison Break is like, you will fuck this up. Some Don will fuck this up. Alright, he picked the whitest, basic house, so you know this is gonna be even more fun. Yeah, I'm happy. Give me pilot, give me 15%, let's do it. Let's make the deal. Come on, let's make this happen. Oh, I'm surprised everyone started straight away. What the fuck? Oh shit, these guys are on it. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I didn't realize it was like that. These guys are on this shit. They're already like loaded up. No, don't come with me, bro. I'm a pilot, don't come with me. The amount of Dons have got in my car when I'm a pilot and I forgot or I didn't realise, and I'm at the airport and then they get out of the car and I realise it's the prison officer or something, or the prisoner. I'm like, bro, you're not meant to be here. You're meant to be at the prison. Why are you in my car? No, if we get this first try, I'll actually be really impressed. No, I'm actually kind of hyped for this, you know. I like doing random shit like this. I love doing... Like, Prison Break with randoms is great. Prison Break with randoms is one of the best heists you can do. If we do this first time, you never know what you're going to get with this. That's why I like it so much. Hey, Dean, what are you saying, bro? No, if we get this first attempt with randoms, like a bunch of random Dons I've never spoken to before, big W that.
We've paid them off at LSIA. They'll open the gate and let you on the runways.
I'm just surprised they all accepted 15%. You know what these Dons are like. Well, to be fair, they're all decent levels. I mean, 285, a 136. The lowest level is the host, which is 74, but 74 is good. I've done this with, like, level 10s before. I have no idea how they even do the heist at level 10, but they do. So, yeah, you know what? I've got faith, actually. 74 is solid as a minimum level. The lowest level in this heist is a 74. That's solid. Like, in 2025, that's good. You know? It's funny that in 2015, that would be bad. Like, when the heist came out, a 74 doing a heist would be bad. But in 2025, that's all you can have. That's all you can beg for and hope for, is it's going to be someone who's at least a level, like, 50. Because most people end up being terrible. Oh, yes, let's go. Oh. You watch Spurs. Wait, was Spurs bad again? What did they get? And then you played F1 co-op, yeah? At least the co-op sounds better than the Spurs match. Easy enough. Can't lie, I wasn't really paying attention to taking off, so that could have gone very badly. It didn't, but it could have. $18 defeats in the league this season, bro. Spurs is doing shit this season, I can't lie, if that's the case. They need to get rid of, what's his name? Well, I can't remember his name now, but yeah, they gotta get rid of him. The Don that, like, starts waving his hands around or whatever when something goes right. You know, when you finally score a goal and he's like, yeah, come on. Yeah, Ange. They gotta get rid of him. know what? With Fleecer, a lot of people are terrible at Fleecer, and I think it's just because, like, yeah, a lot of people don't know how to do mini games anymore. I don't know if it's because people grow up these days and they never. Because I grew up with like mini games like that. I grew up with loads of games where simple D-pad and you just have to kind of aim and like Snake. Anyone who played Snake growing up would have some sort of ability to do the Fleecer mini game. But it's crazy how many people. Yeah, never grew up playing Snake, which I guess makes sense. If you're like really young kid now, maybe like a Gen Alpha, maybe a very very young Gen C, you might never have played Snake on your you would have like a traditional mobile phone, or like an old school mobile phone, or you might not have had I don't know, like you definitely would have had an NES or SNES or anything like that where you would have practiced and played games like that. So yeah, it makes sense that a lot of kids these days probably really struggle with the Fleecer minigame because they just can't. They've never really had that need. They've grown up. They probably tried doing it on their analog sticks, and it's really not that easy on analog sticks. A D-pad on a controller is a bit awkward compared to a keyboard. Nah, see, I find it way easier. Like I grew up with that. That's like I grew up fully with using D-pads like that. Anyone who grew up playing PS1 or SNES or NES or anything like that would probably have used D-pad, or they would have used D-pad a lot, and so it would be very simple for them. But then as you grow up, a lot of people don't use D-pads anymore for anything, so they just use analog sticks, which is fine. Analog sticks are great for 3D stuff, but not for a 2D. Anyone trying to do... The only one I would say is if you're on 360 is the only time I would say maybe using an analog stick is better than D-pad, because the 360 D-pad was absolute ass. Anyone who used the 360 will know the 360 D-pad was ass. It was terrible. It was so bad. It was like one of the worst D-pads I've ever used in my life. I couldn't believe Microsoft made such a bad D-pad. Thankfully, the Xbox One and the Xbox Series D-pads are way better. The 360, I love the 360 pad. One of my favorite controllers is the 360 controller, but I can't lie, not the D-pad. That can find itself in hell for I care. Dean, I love it. You hate him so much. You hate Big Ange so much for what he's done to Spurs. No, I don't blame you, bro. I'd hate him too if he was my guy. If I cared about football, I'd be really pissed. Like, I kind of liked football back in the day, and I kind of feel bad what happened to Man United, because obviously I grew up when Man United was killer. But I feel like with Spurs it's even worse, because just, how bad this gone is. He's really, really fucked it. Like, it's real difficult to fuck it that bad, even more so, but he did. Why are Rockstar not going to let you use the account that you already have the game on? You see whether the PlayStation controller mapped in your mind, so it feels weird on an Xbox controller in your head and in your hand. It's kind of, frustrating, isn't it? Like when you switch, but you get used to it eventually. Although I'm always PlayStation minded, so like whenever I do PC or anything like that, I always see if I can change the controller, like, input to PlayStation. Although I know all the Xbox inputs, I'm still in my head, like, I'll see RT and I'm like, what the fuck is RT? And then I'm like, oh, right trigger. Or I'll see RB, I'm like, what's RB? Right bumper. R1.
We got a problem. Air traffic's red flagged the plane and they're scrambling jets. Pilot, if they try to
Your friend tried it once and it didn't work. I've never heard anyone not be able to connect to Steam and a Rockstar launcher version, because typically it's just counted as two different games. But I mean, you can give it a go. If it doesn't work, you can try a different account, but I'd say probably best to give it a go first. Your dad's been going to games since the 80s. You said it's the worst manager you've ever had. Jesus, that's bad. That's really bad. That's someone who's been a long-term fan like that have to admit he's a bad manager. That's crazy. He's the worst. Alright, we're gonna follow the jet. to anyone who's been watching this and doesn't know, when you're doing Prison Break, a lot of people don't know this trick because it's a lost kind of bit of information. But if you're in the pilot seat, you can just follow the jet, and the jet will never shoot you down. Which means you can either let the demolition either can do nothing, or you can actually go to the prison and help in the prison. Obviously, you can't go too close to it, get shot down, but you can kind of sit just outside the prison and lock onto the prison. The enemies in the prison and kill them. It's also better if the demolition doesn't shoot down the plane, because as soon as the demolition shoots down the plane, I've then got to, fly behind another plane. I've got to start dodging planes again. So it's actually better if the demolition just leaves me alone and just lets me fly behind the jet. You can kind of control the jet too, so you can kind of keep it, like I'm staying on this side specifically because he'll keep turning right this way, and then I can keep him near the prison so I don't have to fly too far away. But you can fly him anywhere if you want. If you go on the left, he'll turn to the left. If you go to the right, he'll turn to the right. So you can just kind of keep him where you want him, which is right here. I want him right here. I'm very close to the prison. I can just quickly fly over to the airport and land as soon as the guard and the prisoner are in the prison escape vehicle. This is a good method. This is the method. But a lot of people who play the game now, they don't know about this method, and they come over and shoot down the jet. So what I do sometimes is I fly really high up so that the helicopter can't keep up with me. If you fly really high up, the helicopter struggles to get up there, so you can kind of avoid the demolition. I have no idea how that Don killed himself, but fair. It was the prisoners who must have jumped off something, or he wouldn't have explosives. So unless if he stood next to an explosive tank or something, or jumped off the side of a building. What the hell is R1, R2? Oh, how have they both committed suicide? That's really hard. R1, R2 is really simple. R1's the first trigger, the first top bumper. The R2 is the second one, because they were both buttons at one point. So, trigger RT wouldn't make sense because it wasn't a trigger at one point. Oh my god, he committed suicide, then he left? Bro, how are you gonna leave? How are you gonna die? How are you gonna be the Don that dies and then leave? Nah, some of these Dons, bro. Oh well, that's what happens. We literally could have done this, and he still fucked it, and then he ended up leaving. But no, the R1, R2 really makes sense to me. R3 is a little bit weirder, but R1 and R2 always make sense. L1 and L2's always made sense. Before they were triggers, they were buttons, so it makes sense. I'm wondering if they were ever had an R4 and maybe an L and R4 at some point. Hopefully at some point. I was thinking they could kind of put them on the side. Have them on the side, maybe. Cool. Could be useful for games. Yeah, the player base, bro. The GTA player base. This is what happens though when you have lots of these young dons come in. They don't have the patience. But then I think a lot of people get really embarrassed when they die for some reason. I don't know what it is, but like a lot of them get really embarrassed and they like leave. I don't know if it's because they're embarrassed that they think someone's gonna judge them for being shit. I don't give a shit if you're shit. Like I just care about if you leave, because then it shows that you're not really a team player. If you're shit and you die, whatever, just restart, not a big deal. But like, if you leave because you're shit, then I'm gonna judge you. Then I'm gonna judge you. But if you just die, I mean, it's not a big deal. Oh, level 9, yeah, Miss Dr. Daddy Dabs. Yeah, let's help him out, yeah. Let's help this Don out. Why not? Let's get him the Kuruma mission out of the way. Oh, he didn't put her heavy armor on. Sad. You want to find the Xbox equivalent of Eddie? Yeah, good luck with that. Someone said a very good point. It's harder than ever to find good online friends than it used to be. Like when I was growing up, it was very easy. Everyone would be on mic, everyone would be chatting away. And just in general, people were a lot more willing to try, even if they were shit. But nowadays, I find that a lot of dons are, yeah, they're not really willing to try if they fail, and they're more flaky, which is kind of crazy. But online, the fact that people are more flaky than ever, even online, is crazy to me. Like they'll fail one mission and they're like, yeah, we're out. Oh, almost missed that completely. You know what? Taking the vigilante to this was probably the worst idea I've ever done. This thing is not going to go up very well. Not that I can even use it either. Oh my god, bro. Oh, come on. Bro, come on. I love that level 9 already has a Kuruma, by the way. Is that all there is enemy-wise? I forgot there's such few amounts of enemies here. Bro, you have an armored Kuruma. Why would you get out? Bro, you have an armored Kuruma. This god has an armored Kuruma and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna hop out. Yeah, let's abuse the fuck out of Warframe, shall we? I'm gonna miss Auto-Aim in GTA 6. Alright, easy enough. You found your GTA buddies pretty easy and it was in 2021. Yeah, but 2021 was very different. 2021 was the middle of the pandemic still. Oh yeah, I can't go off the side, can we? We've got to go down. It's way harder now. Like, it's only been 4 years, but fuck me, people are flaky as shit now online. Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it was a different world completely. Like, even just 2 years ago, I find like it's got worse every year that I've been playing GTA. It's got worse. The player base has just progressively got more stupid and more flaky. And I think it's going to continue to get worse every year. Now that you know people are so used to it.
How's it driving? I don't want to call this an idiot-proof heist car.
Otherwise.
Some people's stupidity, but you gotta be very fucking dumb so the cops catch you in one of these. It's got muscle.
I'm not gonna lie, prime time at GTA Online, like player base wise, was probably 2015, 2016.
One piece, and I'll shut up about it.
And then there was kind of a resurgence around Casino. But I would say it's worse than ever now as well because Rockstar makes all the missions now, so they're single, they're solo. Like, you can do them solo. And so a lot of players don't know how to do team stuff anymore because they're so used to just doing everything solo.
So look after it, please.
It sucks, but that's the way the world is now for GTA.
Okay, I'll look after this. Lester will come by your place when you're ready to go.
So I like Paige. She just kind of tells you what you need to know, and that's about it. She doesn't waffle like some of the other dons in the game. Like what's his name? The one that sits on the submarine that everyone seems to love. That guy. I don't really want to remember his name, so try to forget it all the time. That don. He waffles, whereas Paige, yeah, Pavel. Paige is just nice and quiet. Paige is just like, yep, all right, thanks for the car. Get the fuck out of here. I'll call you when you're ready, or when I'm ready. Like, that's it. Or Lester will call you when he's ready. Like, it's calm. You know, like, Paige is so straightforward. I love that about Paige. Like, we need more Paige. I'm gonna be real, we need more Paige. Paige should have been the new heist giver. You know, fuck Pavel. Paige should have been the new heist giver. She should have taken over from Lester when Lester decided to retire, not Pavel. The best character in this game is the Freak Shop Don. What, the... Oh, what's his name? What's his name again? Oh, what's his name? Fucking Dax, that's it. Sounds like a washing machine brand, you know, like a washing liquid. Or washing powder, Dax, you know. Get Dax to clean your clothes. Dax will clean your clothes, you know, some shit like that. That's what it sounds like. It's awful. Fuck Dax. No one likes Dax. I don't know anyone who likes Dax. Like, I know people that like Pavel. I may disagree on that, but I mean, fair enough. If they like Pavel, they like Pavel. But Dax, I couldn't agree with anyone liking Dax. Like, anyone who likes Dax, to me, is questionable. Something's wrong with them. You know, if you can look at Dax and be like, yeah, that's the kind of person I want in my GTA, yeah. Of all the Dons you could get, of all the Dons in every GTA game that we've ever had, and you're like, yeah, you know, Dax is high up alongside those dons. Like, he's one of the best. I have to really question your mentality. I've got to really question everything about you. Like, imagine being someone, you know, imagine liking Dax like more than, I don't know, Mikhail Faustin or something, you know, like, imagine that, you know, fucking Dimitri from GTA 4 or, you know, fucking, I don't know, Woozy Moo or you know, Ken Rosenberg or Kent Poole or, you know, any of those dons. Like, imagine liking, you know, Salvatore, you know, imagine liking Dax more than any of those dons. Dax is like at the top of your list of all the favorite characters. In that situation, you need help. A lot of help. What the what? Also, what's going on with this game? Typical, the game is having loading issues again. He looks like he wrote a slur dictionary. He probably did, to be fair. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, Dax. The people who hate Moody Man and Sasanta. Remember how Brassy used to despise Moody Man and Sasanta? I swear he used to hate Sasanta. No, you know what? That makes a lot of sense now. He hated Sasanta, and I think he just never liked that there were women out there who would speak up for themselves. Like, yeah, I don't think he liked that certain women would, you know, would have the nerve to, how dare they fucking speak up and be, you know, rowdy and loud and speak their mind. How fucking dare they? They need to sit there and be quiet in the corner because they're a woman. That, I bet you that's exactly the kind of thought process he had behind it. He just didn't want to admit it. That makes so much sense now looking back at it. You don't like their horny talk? I love their horny talk. I wish I could listen to it 24/7. Oh, that could be a playable alert. You know how we have like OG, you know when I have all the alerts back on, all the sounds and stuff? We should get Sasanta and Moody Man on there, you know, and have them as a, you know, sort of like how like OG Loke song, we should have like Sasanta and all that. Yeah, that'd be calm. That's how a couple... You know what, Dean? It's actually funny, like, you say that, because that's actually how me and Rebecca talk. Like, we actually unironically talk like that a lot. like, whenever we've, like, played with Sasanta and all that, you know, Rebecca, like, the first thing Rebecca said to me was, like, you know, that's exactly how we are. I was like, yeah, fucking true. Fucking so fucking true. Holy shit. I think that's why I never really gave a shit about it, because, like, I'm so used to that. Like, hearing that off stream. No, I'm not doing EMP. Fuck EMP. I'm so used to hearing that, like, just between me and Rebecca that, like, yeah, it doesn't really affect me when I'm playing the game. I'm just like, just normal to me. I guess if it's, like, not as... If you don't partake in that kind of chat with your other, you know, your significant other, or your, like, you know, not in a relationship or whatever, I could maybe understand it being a little bit more off-putting. But if you're used to it, it's probably not that big of an issue. I think it's like people who are used to that and then people who aren't used to it. People who do that, people who engage like that all the time and people who don't engage. And the ones who do probably just ignore it more. I remember my, Gaz loves it. Gaz fucking loves when they chat. I don't know what Cave, I've never asked Cave what his thoughts on it are. You do that, but only like behind closed doors. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not someone who goes around chatting about it, but I don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's just like, yeah, whatever, you know. I don't really feel put off by it. I just go, yeah, sounds about right. Quite calm. You still have Moody Man's media player on your radio supporting the Don. Nah, bro, Moody Man. No, when Moody Man first came out, bro, I was like, I was a bit unsure about Moody Man at first, like, other than the jokes about it being like moody, but yeah, after we got Sasanta in there, I don't know, I quite enjoy their little things. So that's the one redeeming feature of those missions, is that I think the missions are okay, but I'll tell you what though, it's Sasanta and Moody Man that makes those missions much more fun for me. I love listening to them just chat away. So, yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to have it, you know? Oh my god, it's Dende. Dende Izzy, yeah? Is that the Dende, yeah? The one that made that amazing level? The one that took us 6.5 hours to do. What a great night that was. That was fucking amazing night. And I love how we started that with everyone doing it. Everyone got quite far, and then like by the end there was only really me and Yassine left. Everyone else had just kind of stopped trying because it was so hard. Oh, great level. Fucking love Moody, man. Drink the green juice, please. Go in the juice. I'm hoping GTA 6, like, we can take supplements like, you know, and protein shakes and stuff to help boost our working out ability. Little details that I think would make the game so much more fun. I'm really quite excited for all the stuff in GTA 6. Hopefully having a character I can alter the body of, because fuck me, I'm so fed up of being like this, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with his body, it's just, bro, like, I want to have customization. If I want to have a fat-ass body, I'm going to have a fat-ass body. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna have, like, a fat-ass body, and then I'm gonna go gym, and I'm gonna work it all off, and I'm gonna go back to fucking not Taco Bell, Clucking Bell, and I'm gonna get the fat back on, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna have so much fun doing that, like I did in I used to love doing that in San Andreas. I would get so much fat. I'd get like the fattest CJ possible, and then I'd work it all off, and then I'd go and make him fat again, then I'd work it all off. I love doing that, and I cannot wait for GTA 6 if they have body mechanics like that. Weight mechanics, because yeah, it'll be so good to be able to I really want to make my character fat as fuck. I want him to be like barely squeezing in the car. I want him to open the door and he gets jammed on the door because he's so fat. That's my hope, that's my dream. I want my character to get stuck on the door. You know, I want to be one of those Americans that has to buy a big ass truck because I'm so fat that I can't fit in a normal car. So I've got to get a big ass truck, and then when you get in the truck suspension drops by like 3 feet. That's what I want. That's the dream right there. That's the dream. So I have to hope that we can do that. I mean, I don't mind if it's just a little bit of control. Like it's still better than nothing if we can, like, you know, get some muscle definition and maybe a bit of pudge. But I want to be able to be fat as shit. I want to be CJ, like morbidly obese CJ looking, you know. And fuck you, you know what? That was the 90s too. Like, well, the game was set in the 90s, so like, you know, obesity was nothing compared to today. I want to be able to be like modern day obesity levels. I want to be so heavy that the fucking world shakes when I'm walking. I want to start running and my fucking ankle snaps because I'm so heavy. Oh, bro, that would be amazing. Oh, like, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. The simple things in life that make me happy. You might get a station wagon as your first whip. You should do. I'm actually really curious what they'll do with GTA 6. Will they let us pick a car off the street like GTA 5, or will they give us like a choice of a few cars? You know, when we first load in, maybe they'll be like, okay, you can pick out like this selection of 5 cars, whatever. So like the, you know, old racing games where you'd get like given a car or like a small selection of cars, and you would have to pick the one you like the most. So yeah, that's what I really want. I want to have like mad. Bro, I really can't wait to see what they let us do. Cosplaying a maggot in GTA 5 is crazy. That's the best part. It's just like, it's Florida after all. Nah, I'm gonna be making so many fucking jokes about, like, I'm gonna have so many like jokes where I'm shitting all over. Oh no, I'm telling you now, anyone who's like right wing who watches my streams is gonna go fucking nuts when GTA 6 comes out, because I'm gonna be taking the piss out of. I'm gonna get a red hat. I'm gonna make my character as fucking as obese as possible, and I'm just gonna fucking like. Oh, what is this guy? Why do they do this? Why do they switch back and forth? Stick on your lane, bro. But yeah, like I'm gonna make myself like morbidly obese. I'm gonna get a big ass truck. I'm gonna get a red hat. I'm gonna make myself as ugly as possible, and I'm just gonna drive around taking the piss, start throwing Molotovs out the windows and shit. Yeah, like that time when we did an American car show. Remember that, Dean, when we did an American car show and we all started driving around shooting up fucking shooting up cars and throwing Molotovs out the windows and shit. Like that's what we did. I love doing that. I had a great time doing that. I can't wait to do the same thing again. I can't wait to see some Dons get really mad and like crash out over it. Like, you know, Leg would probably have a heart attack, bro. He probably would have a full-on heart attack after that. But I can't wait to see some crash outs from people when they see that I'm just taking the piss out of. Like, they might be like, yeah, MAGA, yeah, and then they see I'm taking the piss out of it. Like, I'm not actually backing them. I'm taking the piss out of them. But they'll see my red hat and they're like, yeah, MAGA, and then they'll see my fat ass character get out of the car. Fucking fat jiggling, fat jiggling everywhere. And they're gonna be like, what? They're like, what, MAGA? And I'm like, yeah, buddy, yeehaw, MAGA. And then I'm just gonna start fucking running around, breaking my ankle, have a heart attack. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see them go nuts. It'll be so good. I already know I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get so many people just unfollow that day. Yeah, exactly. Grease stains over a wife beater. Yeah, 100%. Nah, I can't wait, honestly. That'll be the funniest fucking stream. The amount of Dons I already know a few Dons that I will unfollow from that. I can't wait. Just for taking the piss out of it. It's all fair taking the piss out of the woke liberals, but not the good old boy fucking right-wing Dons, apparently. The thing is, though, I have taken the piss. The thing is, I take the piss out of everyone. Like, I've dressed up as a real fucking like a liberal, typical, stereotypical liberal looker, a hipster. I dressed up as one a couple years back. And it was fucking hilarious. the amount of people that would fucking drive around trying to kill you was fucking great. So I can't wait to do the same thing, but as a MAGA, just to fucking take the piss out of them. I want to see how many Dons start trying to kill me in the game. Bro, I beg. I can't wait, honestly.
You looking hot tonight.
I hear you.
Liberals say conservatives and Christians are sensitive. Oh, really? Nah, that's the thing. Like, I find that the most sensitive people are right-wing Dons because they can't joke about anything. Like, if you even dare to joke about their fucking Lord and Savior, they go nuts. Like, when people joke about Keir Starmer all the time, I don't really give a shit. People joke about, you know, other, you know, like, lefty fucking people. I couldn't give a shit if someone takes the piss out of AOC, but someone dares to take the fucking piss out of Donald Trump, they fucking lose their minds. Love it. That's true sensitivity right there. Imagine getting so upset about someone who's not even your fucking, like, family member. Like some Don who you don't even know. He doesn't even know you exist. And you imagine getting so upset that someone takes the piss out of him. It's crazy, honestly. Oh yes, I'm in a what's it called? Try hard. Yeah, 100% I'm in a try hard lobby. Now, you know what? Fuck you, I'm leaving. I don't want to help with try hard get his heist done. He's probably made other people hate the game. He's probably made people leave from blowing up their shit. No thank you. I'm not helping you, bro. You take the piss out of Christianity or humanity. The thing about it is that they don't even give a shit about Christianity because, you know, when you tell them, oh, the actual teachings, what the Bible states, they don't seem to listen to it. They get angry about it and start saying, shut the fuck up. So I don't even think they really give a shit about Christianity. They clearly don't give a shit about Christianity. If they did, they would understand, you know, Jesus's teachings. But they ignore Jesus's teachings, so I don't think they really give a shit about Christianity. They give a shit about, like, the weird idea of Christianity they have in their head. But they would hate Jesus if they met him. They'd probably shoot Jesus if they met him. Jesus probably would be fucking... He'd have probably died. Like, way worse than he did in the actual history. Poor Jesus. He died for our sins and just for a bunch of weirdos to use his name in a bad way. Poor guy. Forced to inhale the fumes from the big trucks. Nah, imagine they fucking... That's probably what they would do. They'd drag him through the fucking mud. They would literally tie him to the back of one of their big ass trucks and drive him through the mud until he dies. I could just imagine it. Speaking of which, I hope we can do that on GTA 6. I hope we have lassos and we can tie people to the back of our cars. But you know, that's just that's nothing to do with what they would do to Jesus. I just want that in the game. That'd be fun as anything. I love doing that in Red Dead, like dragging people through the mud, so I really want to do that in GTA. It'll be way more fun on GTA as well. Like, oh, dragging people behind planes and flying. Oh, that'd be amazing. Could you imagine, like, flying away in a plane and some Don's attached to the back of it? He's, like, tied to the back of the plane and the plane's, like, flying away. Nah, bro, I beg they let us do that. I beg. I want to do that to Gaz. Like, that's the first thing I'll do to Gaz. I'd be like, Gaz, could you come to the airport for a second? I want to show you something. And he'd be like, what? What? And I'll be like, oh, Gaz, yeah, look at this. Tie him to the back of the plane. I can just imagine him. When we dragged Lewis around, time to the tracks. When did we do that? I don't think it was Lewis, Dean, because Lewis never played Red Dead with us, I don't think. Because he has a PS... He had an Xbox, didn't he? I know we did it to someone, but I don't think it was Lewis. It might have been Gaz, to be fair, because that sounds like something we would have done to Gaz. Lewis did get... he had a PS5 very, very shortly... but that was like last year, and he didn't go on Red Dead. He only ever played Fortnite and GTA 5 on it. But he's never had like a PlayStation other than that. And that was only because it was his like sister's boyfriend's PlayStation. So he never. It might have been AF, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been Gaz. Like, it sounds like something we would have done to Gaz, because that's something that would happen to Gaz. It could also have been someone from stream that wasn't one of them. It wouldn't surprise me if it was some Don from stream that was causing issues. But we never... I did say I wanted to do that to Lewis. Like, I remember saying, like, I would love to tie Lewis up and, like, you know, throw him off the, you know, off the dam or something. But we never got around to it because, yeah, Lewis never had a PlayStation. Because that was back when that was back when we thought that Red Dead might be... Well, actually, I remember saying that to Lewis, like, before Red Dead even came out. I remember saying, like, oh, I'd love to do that with him. But then, like, Red Dead never had crossplay, sadly, which is probably one of the most criminal things they ever did, was not include crossplay on Red Dead. Even though Red Dead, you would think that they would, wouldn't you? That was probably, like, the biggest thing that I was disappointed with is that Rockstar never gives a shit about trying out, like, new, you know, things like that. Like, they had a perfect opportunity to try crossplay on both Red Dead and on GTA 5 on the PS5, and they never did. Yeah, Red Dead with Joe would have been good. I think Joe really liked Red Dead as well at the time.
So, you're moving on the plane. It's at Mackenzie Airfield. The logistics are as yet undecided.
I have a very bad feeling they're not going to have crossplay. That's why I was like to say to Joe, like, That's why I was really hoping Joe would get the PS5. I'm so annoyed that Argos fucked him because, like, if Joe had got a PS5, yeah, we could have, well, I would have been safe. Like, Joe would have been safe if there wasn't crossplay. I'm so worried that they won't have it. I hope it has crossplay over console, but I don't hold much hope in it. I don't maintain any hope. I'm just like, yeah, if it has crossplay, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's life. But I'm hoping it does.
Some more background on the Vagos. Okay, globalized, multinational, decentralized criminal network.
Because if it doesn't, that's gonna be real fucking annoying. That's gonna throw a big spanner in the works for a lot of people. There's people from back in the day when I used to stream GTA 5 every day during the pandemic, almost every day, all day. Well, not all day, but all night. We used to have a couple people, like, there was a guy called DZ, and he had an Xbox, and he always said he wanted to play with us. And I always said to him, like, yeah, hopefully we can play if when they release the next-gen version of GTA 5, and then they eventually dropped it. And he came and streamed one day and he was like, yeah, no crossplay. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. So I said to him, well, we'll just have to wait for GTA 6, I guess. Fine. Hopefully we'll have crossplay, but if it doesn't, well, such is life.
Maintaining the integrity of the plane is a priority here. Don't rush this. Looks like a shit show down there. Clear the airstrip before you think about taking that bird into the sky. The plane gets shot up, we're back to Alpha. Keep it up down there. The more noise you make at the airstrip, the more plausible the cover story becomes. Vagos cell phones are going loco, people. Expect more of them any second now. Remember, the mission is the plane.
You might start working at a local gas station because it pays more. Yeah, I don't blame you. It must be tempting to try to get one as quick as possible. I love the Vigilante. It just absolutely changes this entire set of missions. But I would never use it on Criminal Mastermind, right? Like, so many people probably think, oh, you would use it in Criminal Mastermind, right? That'd be a really good idea to use it. No. I would never use it in Criminal Mastermind, ever. That'd be the dumbest thing you could do, because you would just end up blowing yourself up or getting killed very easily with it. Like, I would never recommend Vigilante for Criminal Mastermind, ever. The only cards I recommend for Criminal Mastermind is the Insurgent. Of course, I couldn't remember the fucking name for it. Insurgent. That's the only one I'd recommend. Mixing, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I would only recommend the Insurgent for Criminal Mastermind purely for the fact that if you're wearing heavy armor, you're pretty much golden. You won't die from a stray bullet, or even an explosion. You can tank one explosion in heavy armor, right? But what you can't do is if your Kuruma or something hits a wall or hits an explosive, you will die. If your car blows up, you die every single time. You cannot survive an exploded car, except like it is a very rare glitch. So if you're ever using a Kuruma, which might seem like the better idea for Criminal Mastermind, always armored, you could die really, really easily. I would say you can get away with some of the other vehicles now. You know, the one with the bullet-resistant windows you can get away with. The Duke of Death as well. You could probably get away with. That can tank one explosive, I'm pretty sure. But honestly, the only one I really recommend is the Insurgent, and that's because the Insurgent can just, yeah, okay, it doesn't have bullet-resistant windows, but if you're wearing heavy armor, you can tank bullets, and it can tank loads of explosives. So, you know, you could probably get away with the Night Shark too. The Night Shark is also a good choice. It does have, you know, the little machine guns on the front. So yeah, I would say that that's also a good choice. But I'll be real. For me, I did the Criminal Mastermind, 7 times? And I did it with the Insurgent. So I'd highly recommend for anyone ever trying the Criminal Mastermind challenge, do the Insurgent. And you have to be strict with it. You know, if someone decides, oh no, I won't take it, just tell them, you know, you get in yours, because all it takes is one person deciding against it to die. We did Criminal Mastermind with this this girl we used to play with, and we got all the way to the 3rd heist, and she used the Kuruma, and it got blown up by a helicopter, and that was it. We had to restart, which we didn't mind doing, but she was mortified. She went completely silent, and we could tell she was really, really mortified of failing the heist for us. But we just said, well, it's all good, you know, it happens. But after that, she used the Insurgent every time, and it worked perfectly. So yeah, the Insurgent is Insurgent, Night Shark. You know, as long as it's got explosive resistance, and you need it for Criminal Mastermind. I would not do Criminal Mastermind of anything but at this point. But a lot of people be like, oh, well, Vigilante's really good because you can shoot a lot with it. But again, it blows up really easily, and also it's very easy to get shot out of it, and also it's very easy to just, yeah, blow yourself up if you're not careful. So, yeah, I don't recommend it for Criminal Mastermind. I don't recommend using any explosives for Criminal Mastermind. Although perhaps now you could use explosives because you could use the railgun. I wouldn't recommend RPGs. I wouldn't recommend anything like that because it's really easy for someone to walk in front of you and blow you up. Or to blow yourself up by accident. But I'd recommend railguns because I'd still be kind of like cautious with it, but explosive sniper rounds and railguns you can probably get away with, and that probably changes how Criminal Mastermind is now, because you can use like when I go outside the building in the prison in the Pacific Standard, yes, having a railgun or explosive sniper would make that way quicker. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that. But I wouldn't recommend RPGs or anything. Maybe one person can have an RPG if they're comfortable, if they're confident with it. Because I think when we did it, I think I used an RPG for like a few. I used like the homing launcher very quickly to just shoot down a few helicopters, but that's about it. I wouldn't recommend it otherwise. Little information for those out there who might be trying it at some point. You were saving up for the Insurgent, but your brother fucked you by spending most of your money. That sucks. The Insurgent is a great vehicle. Fantastic utility vehicle. How's it been 5 years since we done that? I know, right? It actually has been such a long time since we did Criminal Mastermind. I remember because that was that was back when you hadn't been playing for a while, wasn't it? That had been like, that was when you had stopped playing GTA, and I remember we went back on. You had the black character, and you had the black character, and you had no money at all. And I remember Yassine had maybe a couple mil max. And I remember saying, oh, you know what? Like, since GTA's still going, we should try to get you some money. And yeah, I was like, yeah, well, let's do Criminal Mastermind. And that was back when Rebecca was also got a lot more time. Because, like, you know, I think that was that just before the pandemic? It was around Christmas. It was around Christmas time. I swear it was around Christmas time, just before the pandemic. And I had some time off. Rebecca wasn't. She had lost. She wasn't in work at that point. She had lost her job, and she was looking for work, so she had time. And yeah, I think that yeah. It was just before. Yeah, that was it. It was just before. So it was around that time. Yeah, I had some time off, and Rebecca wasn't in work at the time, so we had lots of time to do it. Yeah, and then the pandemic happened, and that kind of fucked it all. Well, that gave us all more time, actually. That was fantastic, because it meant that there was like literally we had all the time in the world then, but yeah, that was, yeah, we were trying to really grind it out before the casino heist came out, before the new shit came out, which was, yeah, it was really good. It worked though. Like, it's a great idea for people that are competent at the game to do Criminal Mastermind. Again, it's something that I feel like a lot of people probably forgotten about because they don't really know a bit. Rockstar doesn't really advertise it anymore, but I remember when the heist first came out, and they also, yeah, another good thing about Criminal Mastermind is a lot of people haven't got is that you also get an additional million if you do all the heists in a row, which unless if you've hosted it, you'll never do. And you also get an additional million if you do it all with the same people. So most of the time, people haven't done it all with the same people before. So Criminal Mastermind, oftentimes, you don't just get the 10 mil, you get the 11. Because most of the time, people have only done them with different randoms or with, you know, various friends, and it's not always consistent. So oftentimes, Criminal Mastermind will be, as well as getting a 10, you're also getting that 1 extra mil. Because that'll be most likely the first time you've ever done it with all the same people. So I actually really like Criminal Mastermind because it's a great way to kind of jumpstart someone's money. It's also fun as fuck because you're working together on a really fun set of heists, and it's challenging because you're doing it in a way that's like, yeah, you can't die. Like you don't, you know, obviously if you die, the whole thing's over. So there's a bit of a risk. It kind of gives you that adrenaline because you're like, oh shit, if I die, everyone has to start from scratch, and you don't want to be the one that does it. So yeah, honestly, Criminal Mastermind is great. I remember when I first started playing GTA, well, when I first started doing the heists when they came out, I thought to myself, I'll never get it done. And it was always just outside my reach. And then I met the right people and we just did it first time. And since then, yeah, I've done it 7 times. So, yeah, that's the thing, Dean. If you can do it really easily, as long as you know who you're playing with, as long as you have someone who knows what they're doing and has done it before, they know all the strats. It's really easy to do. It's just you have to make sure you're willing to listen and follow that kind of order, which a lot of people don't do. A lot of people have lots of ego where they won't do something or they think they know better, which fine. If you're doing your own heist, yeah, do it your own way. But if you're doing Criminal Mastermind, you need to be you have to follow the lead of one person, I feel, 1 or 2 people. You have to kind of just kind of suck up how you normally play. Like, I like to play with explosives. I always use explosives, right? I use the homing launcher. As you know in my gameplay, I use the homing launcher a lot. But I never use homing launcher in Criminal Mastermind, except for like the very rarest of occasion. Oh yeah, the Kuruma method in the prison. Yeah, that's one of the ones that, again, comes from experience, from people playing the game, trying things out. The Kuruma method in the prison, that's a bit... It's not something you absolutely desperately need to do. You can do Criminal Mastermind without it. And thankfully, Prison Break's quite early on, so if you fuck it up, you've only got to do 2. You've only got to do Fleecer, which is really quick, and then do Prison. So it doesn't take that long to do, but you still don't want to fuck it up because it's still the finale, and it sucks having to, you know, start again when you're already getting like you're on the finale. You're on the finale. You know, you're almost done with that heist. You're feeling really good at that point. So. So yeah, it's not something you want to do. So yeah, the Kuruma method is just a safe way of doing it. It's just safer, and that's why I recommend the Kuruma method in the prison. Well, a lot of people don't know about the Kuruma method, and why would they? It's the same thing how people don't know you can just fly behind the planes. So many dons out there don't know you can do that. Like, if you're doing Criminal Mastermind in Prison Break Finale, my recommendation would be do the Kuruma method and also have the plane follow the jet so there's no chance of the plane being shot down. And then also on top of that, I would say the helicopter... It depends on how good the pilot is, but honestly, I would say just keep the helicopter away from prison. If you have a good pilot and he's confident, yeah, you could maybe give it a risk and have him shoot, you know, into the prison. Again, it's very unlikely you'll be shot down as long as you know what you're doing. But it's always that off chance that you could just slightly go too close to it, and next thing you know, you get shot down, and that's it. So honestly, if you want to play 100% safe, just leave the prison officer and prison guard to deal with it with the Kuruma. The only thing is, the prison officer needs to make sure they drop enough ammo for the prison guard, for the prison because the prisoner won't have enough ammo otherwise. So yeah, if the prison officer drops a lot of ammo for the guard, if the prison officer drops enough ammo for the prisoner, it's actually all right. And then it's a really good method. I think in that one when we did it, wasn't it me and Rebecca in the prison, and then like I think Yassine was flying, and then I was in, and then you were in the helicopter, right? Do I figure I'll still do the online for this when 6's version comes out? It depends entirely on how good 6's version is. If 6 online is really fucking great, I probably never will. But it depends entirely on how good it is, and if it's shit, I'll probably still play this a little bit. But it just depends.
Take the boat on a southeasterly bearing and you'll see the vessel.
I know a lot of people won't know. That's the thing, is like trying to get like I don't know if I'll play it much if like other people aren't playing. That's the issue. Like it'd be so difficult to get. Like I'm actually trying to convince someone to play 5 online when 6 is out. It'll be so hard.
They're keeping it in a Hydra jump jet, 40-year-old technology, but anything newer would rely on circuitry and get taken out by the pulse. Yeah, I know.
You think it was Rebecca flying as you spawned in the Kuruma? I don't know if it would be Rebecca flying, because she wouldn't feel confident flying. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Rebecca would want to. Like I feel like. I think it would be Yassine that flew, to be honest, because I remember me and Rebecca doing it. I remember because I told her, because me and Rebecca, when we do Kuruma method before, it would mean that like I could tell her to stay in cover, and she knows how to do the Kuruma method as well. So I think she must have been in there. I think Yassine would have flown the plane, because that seems like something Yassine would do. Like he's quite good at flying and taking off and all that, so I feel like that's something Yassine would do. I don't know, that's what I think. I think it would be Yassine flying. I just know Rebecca was worried about blowing up with crashing. I can just tell she would be panicking a bit. You feel bad for anyone stranded? Yeah, it will suck for people that are stuck on GTA 5, and especially if they want to play with me on it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think many people will be, because anyone on PS5 will, you know, it's not like if it were going to a new console gen. Like if it was PS6 only, yeah, that would be harder for people to get. But I think most people who have a PS5 will have GTA 6 when it comes out. Like even Gaz will get GTA 6 when it comes out. Like Gaz usually only gets games at his birthday or like Christmas, but even Gaz will have GTA 6 when it comes out. There's no way his parents won't get it for him. Like Gaz will have that day one. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Like, I can just imagine the excitement, the absolute adrenaline as well. Like it's loading up. And unlike the old GTA games, there won't be any sort of loading time. Because I remember that would happen a lot on GTA, you know, when I first installed GTA 4 and 5, there was that loading time where you had to wait for it to install and load, and it was so long. Whereas on this version of it, it'll be so quick in comparison. It'll be so quick in comparison, it'll be beautiful.
What the hell?
I don't care if they want the Hydra. I usually like to take the Hydra to make sure it doesn't crash, but if someone else wants the Hydra, I'll let them have it. It's their heist after all. This one's also a risk in Criminal Mastermind because it's so easy to crash into someone. I always say, if your plane's damaged, just bail out the plane and land in the ocean. It's way better for you. Don't risk yourself if you're about to die. You know, just crash the plane into the water as well. That works too. If the plane's going down, just crash into the water. Because you won't die. The plane won't blow up if you hit the water. So yeah, you're fine.
10-6 inbound. We'll get your plane.
You hope the heists are fine. I hope there actually are heists, because I have a bad feeling there won't be any heists when the game comes out. I can see Rockstar saying, "Oh yeah, heists are coming," and then like a year later they're like, we're finally gonna release them. I also say with this one is just use rockets if you're doing Criminal Mastermind, unless if you feel very comfortable, because using the gun it can lead to you crashing very easily if you're not paying attention. So I usually say on Criminal Mastermind, just use the rockets and kind of fire and forget. It's not worth blowing yourself up. Like, even if you are comfortable and confident, it's just better to shoot and then kind of not have to worry about it. But if you start using the guns, it's very easy to mess it up. Like if you're like flying around, you're not really paying attention, it's very easy to mess it up. The amount of times I've seen people crash into the planes they're trying to shoot down is way too much.
I got one less angry clip on my screen. These jets are 4 decades newer than the Hydra. Keep going.
Remember when we did a jet mode and I was like flying around the fucking jets, like mowing everyone else down? Good times.
We'll take a look at that EMP.
I used to love flying the jet. Absolutely love. I used to absolutely adore flying it. And then I just kind of lost my interest over the years. I think it might still be the old cannon. Yeah, it's still the old cannon, dude, I think. I think it's only free roam. It's only free roam they changed it in. So the jet's still really strong in the old the heists. And same with the custom modes and stuff. I imagine it'll probably be the same as the old. It'll be the old cannon in all of them. Nice, good shot. Like I'm picking myself up there. Yeah, good shot, good shot. Good shot, Ryan. 10 out of 10. Not bad, very, very good playthrough there. That's what I'm talking about. That's nice and efficient. Do a flip. Ah, sorry, bro, I didn't see it in time.
People, go to work.
That was really good actually for randoms. Yeah, usually randoms that's a horrible mission because the amount of people that crash is surprisingly high. But yeah, everyone there was really good.
Now, we're moving on to phase 2, and that means taking the Insurgent. Once it's fitted with the
I love these two, Tom and Jerry.
And getting it into
that was what a guy that I used to know we used to play with. He named them Tom and Jerry, so ever since then I've thought of those two as Tom and Jerry.
It also means getting a Valkyrie attack chopper from, well, this will teach him who to listen to, Merryweather Security at the port of LS. Once we're done with that, we'll go back to your place, get started on that thing I know nothing about. Details are on your board. You're bored.
Yeah, very old school lore. That's pre-stream lore. That's like we're talking like 2016, 2017 lore. That's crazy. No, actually, no, that might even be, no, that's before that. That would be 2015 lore. Yeah, that would be 2015. Because that would be when I did the Criminal Mastermind for the first time, would be 2015. So that would be 2015 lore. It's crazy. Good times. Good old days with my old friends and all the random people I met online. Usually despise Burger King, but you're so hungry this shit is hitting. I think anything, even if you don't like something, if you're starving, anything can taste amazing. Suppose if you ever have to eat something you don't like, just starve yourself beforehand. Probably not the best idea that, but oh well. Alright, another good heist. Can we get a finale? I really, really want a finale. That's what I desperately want. I want ideally I want a Prison Break finale that people don't leave. But I don't know, we'll see. But if I can get a good I want to get a Prison Break or a I mean, I'll take any heist finale, but a Prison Break would be the best. I wouldn't say no to Pacific Standard just because it's a classic and I love doing Pacific Standard anytime. Series A is okay, but there's not really many ways of doing it that are vastly different. You can use the Vigilantes. You can use the Vigilantes to speed that up a bit. Humane Labs is probably the most, locked in one. There's not really many ways to do Humane Labs. I guess that other than landing the helicopter on the shore and or on the hill and shooting with the sniper rifle. So yeah, I'd say, I don't know. I like to do any of them. Probably not Series A though. I'd rather not do Series A. I like Series A, but it's probably my least favorite, the finales. What? I'm not fucking hell. Not Hydra again. No. We're not doing Hydra again, bro. We've done it. We already did it once. We're not doing it again. This game, I swear, this game's like, oh yeah, you did Hydra. You really like doing Hydra, do you? Want to do it again? I like Hydra, but not that much. Give me something different. Not Hydra. Scope out. Oh my god, scope out. Fine, we'll do scope out. This guy's probably been waiting for someone to do it, so I'll do it for him. Yeah, scope out's so boring, but he's probably been waiting time for someone to help him, so that's me. Oh, I'm working for an office worker. Holy shit. I'm working for a guy in accounting.
Do very nicely. Very nice place you've got. Very chic. Nothing like a bourgeois bank robber to remind me of how strange Los Santos has become. In my day, the psychos.
Bro, I can't lie, he looks sweaty.
Be psychotic. Nowadays, it's all about.
Bro, this is like his first foray into crime.
Going straight.
In a proper crime, like all the crime he's done before is like fraud and shit like that. You know, white collar crime. He's just been doing fraud and stealing from the company he's been working at. But now he's actually delving into real crime.
See how you're doing.
He's gonna have the first time he's ever gonna hold a gun is in this fucking heist.
Franchise. And it's nothing too complicated. There's no.
Looks like Ted. He kind of does, to be fair.
Be a buy-in. You would put in money up front. We would arrange the job, and you would pull it off.
Oh, he's got intense. Oh wow! Look at the way he stares at you. Bloody hell, bro!
Of getting a look at you, and there's no risk to you.
I don't like how he looks at you.
Unless, of course, you count.
No, he does. Kind of also looks like he shit himself. Yeah, he looks a bit worried.
So, you ready? What do you think? You got questions, comments?
I actually would think that'd be really cool if Rockstar did.
Let's see this place.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, if in GTA 6, as your character does something, they look more like the subtleties of their faces and the way that their facial expressions changes. So when they first do something, they look a little bit more anxious, a little bit more unsure of themselves. But as they do it, they get more and more kind of confident, and then eventually to the point where they're just like, life is calm, you know, like this is normal to me. I think that would be really cool. That would really make looking at these old cinematics a lot more fun. I'm gonna let bro drive. He's like, you can drive. No, I'm waiting for you, bro. You're driving. I'm not.
Get in.
Yeah, bro, I ain't driving. You're driving. Get in the fucking car. I ain't driving, bro. You could drive. Nah, this dog's trying to... Nah, this guy wants me to... Nah. Get in the car, bro. Get in the car and drive. Get in the car and drive. Hey, JB, what are you saying, bro? I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Yeah, I already know he's spamming the triangle button trying to get out. I bet you he's spamming that triangle button.
Warning, we're on the job right now.
Nah, this dog.
Don't let the cops know.
I love how he was like, yeah, you could drive. Bro, it's not even my heist. I'll happily drive in my heist, but it's not my heist. It's your heist.
Friends, I suppose you
I didn't join there, fucking drive you like your chauffeur.
We're driving out to the bank.
Nah, this guy.
Picking up some equipment and then heading back to make our
That was funny, bro. The way that he's like... Nah, the way that bro was like standing there waiting for me to get in. He really thought.
You see,
No,
like
and then
my
he sent me a
scores,
friend's
like I like my
request.
dates. Across the street,
That is
unaware
brilliant.
they're being watched.
I love GTA, honestly. GTA
All right,
is
so
too
why
funny.
this bank over all the other banks in the state?
Maybe he thought
Why
I'd be
does
shit at
fortune
doing the
favor this
hack,
one?
and he's like, oh god, I don't want to
Another
make him do the
question.
hack.
You're full of good questions. You're like a
He's, oh
child
no,
whose
he
parents
might
think
get
it's
stuck on the
clever,
hack.
or
Bro,
the
I've never
IRS.
got stuck on the hack.
Well, this bank's got some safety deposit boxes.
Real
And
name,
in one of
what?
those safety
Tristan
deposit
Taylor,
boxes
yeah,
are
that
some
might actually be his
bonds
real name and his
hidden from
age.
the tax
Tristan
man.
Taylor,
No one's
25, that
gonna
might be
report
him.
missing. All starting to make sense.
Maybe he has his
Security should
home
be
address
light.
on
Well,
his profile.
Relatively light. Light if your daydreams are raids on the Union Depository. Quite heavy if
That'd be
your day
funny if it
job
did.
is
You know, you go on his
turning over
profile and it's got his
liquor
fucking
stores
home
and gas
address.
stations. And the bonds in the box will be worth more than a few rumpled notes from a till, so the minor escalation is worth it if you can handle it. Plus, you know, the sea view, nothing like staring at the ocean while you contemplate. There it is. Take a look. Drink it
Who
in.
the fuck is this,
I've patched
Don?
into their security feed on myself. Take a look.
Bro,
What are we
who
looking
is
at?
that, Don?
Small joint, not much security. Staff won't give a crap.
Oh, it's getting
Especially
weird
about
now.
the
We're getting
deposit
all these like
boxes. Customers will
dons
probably
starting
be
to
thinking,
send me
how to
messages
turn
and
this
stuff.
into a screenplay. The boxes are in the back behind a safe door. We want box number 167. Yeah, it's right on the highway with good access. That works for you. You can get out quick, but it'll also work for the cops. Speed up their response time. Okay? Okay. We've seen what we're gonna see. Let's go to the garment factory.
Lester, get closer.
Now, when you hit the bank, you're gonna need to hack into its security system. I've written a neat little program that'll do most of the work for you, but it's probably a good idea for you to familiarize yourselves with it. You, in the passenger seat, I've sent it to your phone. Take it for a dry run, keep your hands steady, and maybe the wet run won't be
All
a
right.
disaster.
Bro's phone is so old it was crashing. It was fucking crashing. That's because we're using that old iPhone 4 looking thing. Like, we need to upgrade. Come on. Like, get me a new iFruit. Well, actually, I don't want an iFruit. I want the Android version. I want the Android. I've always thought that they should let us have our own phones, like choose our phone, because I would 100% switch to the Android version of the phone. And nothing against iFruit, but it's a bit boring, you know? It's a bit too samey after all these years, you know? Give me a nice Pixel phone.
I'm calling Paige. She's my assistant. First, she's gonna get us what we need. Then she's gonna saw me.
Give
in
me a
half.
nice Pixel, baby. Let's go.
No? Didn't like that one? You don't make
Yeah,
it
when Lester got the goal, that was great, honestly. I couldn't believe he actually, like, managed to win her over.
Paige, it's Lester. The place looked good. Nothing we weren't expecting. Can you get the intel together? Hard copies to go on a notice board.
What is this guy doing?
Plus
What?
all the equipment
What
we
is
spoke
this
about.
driving?
I'll be over to collect it with
Is he
those
following the
people.
GPS? Yeah, no, he's following the GPS.
Charming as ever. Okay.
GPS is diabolical.
She's loading the hardware into the back of a truck.
I swear the GPS in this game tries to do as many turns as it possibly can.
You're performing. As the job gets more complicated, so will the uniforms. If you're likely to be seen by civilians, you'll be provided with a couple of masks. Then, when you go into the bank, you can choose one that goes with your eyes. And hey, there's the
Doing these heists for the first time was so exciting. Listening to Lester and be like, "Oh wow, like the possibilities." You know, if we get seen by civilians, we're wearing masks, and it sounded really like in depth.
Plan this thing. I can talk you through
And
the
then
planning board later.
the
That
heist
might
ended up
be
not being
helped by a visual
anywhere near
aid.
as in
The
depth
rest
as
is
that,
pretty
but
self-explanatory.
I have a feeling
Listen to me.
Rockstar originally
There she is.
wanted to make it
Leave my
that
car
in
here, take
depth,
the truck.
and they kind of couldn't in the end. So, oh, good parking actually in the lights. I mean, it's a bit askew, but it's good enough. Oh, he's driving. Sorry, Lester. Old habit.
Come on, back to your place.
It's just an old habit, you know, from back in the day when
Is
we
it all
used to
there?
run Lester
I think
over
so. You
at
want to get
times.
out and check, go down the inventory, or are you happy sitting
That's why
there
Lester
with
and I
your
have a really good
buttons and
relationship,
your
because
easy
I used to run him over
I'll
a
take
lot.
your word for it.
Thank you. It should all be there. The clothes, shotguns,
He's learned to
headsets,
forgive me, which I think
hold-alls,
is really. It
masks,
shows a lot
the files with all the
of
photos
maturity
and
that he was able
surveillance
to
work.
forgive
Hey,
me.
there's enough here to make us all look real suspicious. Nice little conspiracy to commit robbery charge waiting to happen.
What, they're gonna charge us with thought crime?
Not so much thought as everything but the deed crime. We'd be caught with our pants down and a hard-on out to here.
Well, we're not getting caught. These are professionals.
I love Lester though.
So I
Yeah.
hear. The cheapest professionals money
Paige
can
is
buy.
terrifying though.
I
I'm
like
not
to
gonna lie.
think of it as investing in new talent.
Look how
And
high
until
quality
you and me
Lester's
start
face
playing
is compared to
low-rent Bonnie and
Paige.
Clyde, that's the way it's got to be.
Like the detailing on his face is like all the wrinkles and stuff. And then you look at Paige and look how
If they were offended,
fucking
they would have
PS3
said
looking her
something.
faces. Look how angry she looks. Oh my god. The good news is if they decide to move, like, if they decide to have the GTA 5 like main characters in GTA 6, they've got all the motion capture available for it. But the problem is like any of the non-main characters look like absolute like shit most of the times. Like their faces are so low quality. I'm like, bro, what are they gonna do if they decide to put Paige in GTA 6? Because they're gonna have to get a facial model for her, assuming she doesn't already have one. But if she does have one, they need to like actually scan it properly, because that is not a good look. I got $5 for sitting in the back. Still love that he was trying to make me drive.
Okay. Now, Paige, we'll set up a board for you, won't you, Paige?
I'd let you do it if
Won't
you
you,
could reach. I
Paige?
mean, I didn't see any milk crates for you to stand on.
Mm-hmm. The most important thing to look for in an employee is respect. You can't get
God, Lester
anything
is
done
so fucking
without
hot, man.
respect. Where was I? Oh, yes, the room. Now, Paige is setting up this board on which you will plan your scores. You'll use it to set out all the prep work you need to do, select your crew, figure out how the take from a score
Lester's
should be split
smoking.
up. So you need a crew to take a score.
Smoldering.
But only one person can be in charge.
Oh yeah, I'd
Respect.
call him Lesty Baby. Yeah,
Is
Lesty
that
Baby.
right, Paige?
Blow me.
I love that you remember that, Dean. I used to call him Lesty Baby when we used to do casino all the time.
All right. You're only gonna need one thing for this job. It's a high-speed.
Nah, that's so good, bro. If I did casino again, 100% I'd call him Lesty Baby. I beg we get another heist with him because I can go back to saying it.
Nice long paper trail to their door instead.
It's because I haven't played like Lester stuff for so long, like in like a lot of it anyway.
Good.
That I just stopped. I just over time stopped calling him it. But yeah, Lesty Baby was a core memory in a way. Yeah,
Methodical. This isn't just a dumb crime.
it's crazy.
Well, there is an element of that, huh? Oh.
Lesty Baby.
And when you've got the car, we'll come back here. and talk
Lesty is
make
zesty, I guess.
Make jobs.
I love how JB's like, what the fuck? JB, what's wrong with liking Lester, bro? Like, do you not like Lesty Baby? JB, is Lesty Baby not for you? Zesty Lesty, is he not for you, bro? I love that about JB though. Like, we'll just be talking about something like that, and like JB will have said nothing, and then he'll hear us mention something like Zesty Lesty Baby, or Lester's hot or something like that, and he'll be like, "What the fuck?" It's like we've offended his ears. We've offended him for fucking mention Lesty Baby. He's like, "How dare you? How fucking dare you mention that in my presence? Fucking dare you." How dare you find Lester hot? That's why you love your king. Oh, JB. You'd be drier than Sahara if Lester tried flirting with you. Nah, Lester flirting with you is a great moment. Like that's like the moment you want. You know? That's what you want more than anything. Let me wear a polo shirt, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like I just came from the golf course. Have I got modded cars? No, I don't. yeah, I'm going the wrong fucking way. He's gonna be like, why are you going through here?
You almost there? Remember, you can do this however you like, as long as you're careful. If you're not careful, they'll clock you, and then you won't get any choice how this is going down.
There's not many dudes you find in video games that are attractive. Now, see, Lester to me is the most like hottest guy in the entire history of video games. Like when I see Lester, he puts butterflies in my stomach. Lester's like a field full of daisies. Hello there, my pretties. You're all going to die. Have you not died? Bro, how have you not fucking... Bro, what? Bro! Bro, what? How many fucking bullets are these dons gonna take? Nah, these guys are taking mad bullets, bro. We're on that secret very hard mode. Aimbot mode. Damn, I use snacks. That's unusual for me. Usually I don't use snacks. GTA 5 Steam runs the same as Rockstar version through Wine. I would imagine it would, yes. There's a Don Hogwarts Legacy called Professor Fig. I think I remember Professor Fig, bro. I haven't played that game in ages, but I swear I remember him. What name? That scared me for a second, you know, like how I was putting bullets into those guys and yet it just would not die. They would not go down and stay down. Holy shit. That's terrifying.
I don't want to call this a bulletproof heist car. I mean, there's no limit to some people's stupidity, but you gotta be very fucking dumb to let the cops catch you in one of these. It's got muscle, traction, lightweight armor that shouldn't compromise performance. This is the one for us. Now, get it back in one piece, and I'll shut up about it. How you doing? Paige is going to meet you under the bridge near the factory. Your scores to be together.
It's a good player, actually. You know, he surprised me. He didn't.
Okay, I'll look after this. Lester will come by your place when you're ready to go.
Love this Don, you know. I know it's his first time in crime, but I love him. Jesse from The Last of Us and Geralt from Geralt, whatever his name is, from Witcher. I'd say like pretty much anyone really, any like Lester, you know. Lester's like top of my leaderboard. I'd say like Lester's probably above everyone else. I don't think there's another man in any. I don't think there's any other man in any video game that comes close to Lester when it comes to like my attraction to him, because Lester is just—he's the whole package, you know. He's got great looks. He's got amazing chest hair, you know, chest hair that you just want to grab. He's funny. You can talk to him. He can tell you about anything because he knows so much. You know, how could you not love Lester? You wish you were the guy at the end of the casino. Yeah, 100%. What's her name again? That Don. I can't remember her name now. But yeah, I agree. That lady she was so lucky, bro. Like, she was so fucking lucky. She was so lucky that Lester even gave her the time of day. You know?
No way!
Wow, what a beautiful truck that is. Reminds me when we did Hasta La Vista last week. Good times. I'll never forget that night where they thought they had won, and then we just like we managed to slap them in the catch them out, and yeah, we managed to win. That when we were on that Route 66 or whatever it was, and they were really thinking they'd done something, and then I blew them up. I blew up one of them with the truck by hitting the gas tank, and then the other Don got killed by Dean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Dean got him. Absolutely beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. That's GTA right there. That's prime GTA. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? I don't know who he is. It's the second time he's invited me. Is he on my friends list, maybe? Who is he? I hate when the friends just glitches out. No, he's not on my friends list. Who is this Don? Huh. Who the fuck is that guy? Who are you waving at? Who the fuck are you waving at? Fuck off. You think you're gonna win, yeah? You think you're gonna win? Oh shit, he might actually win, you know? Oh. Oh, I'm in passive mode, fuck. Get back in the car, get back in the truck. Ah, he punched the door! He punched the door, what a donkey. Yeah, who the fuck is this guy? I don't even know who he is. It's just some random Don that keeps inviting me to GTA. I don't know who he is. What the fuck is this? Alright, let me help Tristan Taylor out, and then I'll have a look at my friends list and see who he is. I want to know who this Don is. I want to know what he's trying to send me an invite for, because this is like the third time now, I swear. No idea who he even is. Never even heard of him. Hey, that's my guy right there.
Your first time. You know,
Tristan deserves the help.
It's never easy.
I can't lie.
Fireworks.
He almost scared me off earlier when he tried to make me drive. I'm not gonna lie, but oh yeah, come closer, come closer.
Disappointing.
Yeah, speaking to my ear.
Stick the wrong thing in the wrong part, and you'll finish too early, and you won't be able to make eye contact afterwards. But new worlds will open up. Something will have changed, you know. New opportunities, new risks, and that's when you'll remember that old Uncle Lester was here for you, holding your hand.
All right, let's go.
Guiding you through it.
Lesty baby, let's go.
Then you'll feel a little creeped out, but you're gonna repress it, squash it down, and we'll never talk about it. Okay? Okay? Okay. First time, Lisa. Woo! It's a two-man score, right? One of you drives, keeps the heat off of you.
A two-man score. I like that you have all the details with this. Whereas, like, with the later heists, with like all the heists, like Pavel's heist, it's just like, oh well, do what the fuck you want, pretty much.
Clean once you got no heat on you.
Pavel could never tell us this stuff in detail.
You get paid. Okay. You know, like I said, it is your first time, so don't expect too much. There are wild, insane, mind-blowing orgies in your future. Orgies. But
oh, this is
we all gotta start somewhere.
nah, this is Don, bro. I love him. How
Good
could
luck.
people prefer fucking Pavel than this guy, man? Like, Pavel's so shit compared to this Don. Only 2 viewers. How long you been streaming? I've been streaming for 17 years. Alright, 60%, 40%. I mean, I'm surprised if he'll give me 40%. I think he'll give me like 30%. Maybe 20. Maybe he'll give me 25. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know why people really love Pavel so much. Maybe Leicester makes them feel uncomfortable because it's too close to home. It would explain a lot, actually. It would make a lot of sense with them, you know, being Reddit and all that. It would make sense. All right, let's see what will he give me. Will he give me 40% or will he try to give me like 20 or 30? What's the minimum now for this? It's like 30%, probably. Yeah, 17 years. 17 years, 3 months, and 5 days. That's how long I've been streaming for. Yeah, I've only got 460 subs. I know, right? It's crazy. 17 years. It's a long stretch to only have 460 subs. Crazy. Oh, yeah, he has a story that he starts and never finishes as well. So annoying. Oh, he's giving me 50-50, is he? Oh, that's crazy. Give me 50. What, bro? Give me 50-50? Oh, what a nice guy. Streamers that do spot and get none. What, like spot treatments for their animals, you know, where they give them a little spot treatment on their neck to give them, deflea them and all that. Is that what you mean by spot? You give them a spot treatment? Or do you mean a spot treatment like, you know, anti-zit stuff? You should do shorts to earn a sub. Oh, really? Earn a sub? Well, like from Subway, yeah? I could do some shorts, get a Subway sponsorship. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool, actually. I might do that. Yeah, Dean, yes. I might do that, you know. I've always wanted a Subway sponsorship, you know. Free subs and all that. Get myself Italian. What was the good one? The spicy Italian before they got rid of it. Honey mustard on Italian white bread. If I could get that for free every day, I'd be set. Might have to hit up Subway. Meatball marinara. Yeah, meatball marinara would be lovely. You split it evenly if someone's on subs. Oh, that's very generous to split evenly on all that. Because you get less money that way. You know, because the most equal split, it depends on the heist, but the most equal split is usually about 40, 20, 20, 20. And actually on some heists, 40, 20, 20, 20 gives you a little bit less than the people helping you. It's most, I think it's like for 2 of the heists, 40, 20, 20, 20 is the fairest split, and then for 3 heists, it's actually was it 55, 15, 15, 15 is the fairest split. But I always give 40, 20, 20, 20 myself, because that means everyone gets roughly the same or as close to it as possible. Is YouTube shadow banned? I don't know. Maybe. YouTube's been a very naughty boy, but it's been shadow banned. You got 14k views in 1 month on YouTube? Oh, that's crazy, you know? That's crazy. That's nuts. All right.
You need to wait
not too shabby. Yeah, did it just in time. I bet he's happy that I didn't fuck it up for him.
Take out your phone and trigger the door.
You came from Twitch, but Twitch was bugging. Oh, that's a shame that Twitch was... Yeah, Twitch is full of bugs these days. You know, they need to call the fumigator. I don't know what their problem is. I don't know why they can't just get a fumigator in.
Okay, now find the safety deposit box.
Oh my god! They're robbing!
You found the box? Okay, go in your bag, get out the drill.
Be the worst way to die!
Don't go too quick, or it's gonna overheat. If you see smoke, ease off.
You're banned on GTA. Why are you banned on GTA?
Keep going, we need that box.
Oh.
You need to hurry this up. How you doing with that drill?
That's alright.
That drill got
Not my fastest, but I remember me and Rebecca tried doing the Elite Challenge on this back in the day,
back to the car.
which we eventually did. I remember we were like timing the drill, and I had it down pretty quick at one point.
You didn't come this far to end up in the back of a squad
People
car.
report you for killing them when they spam you, so you got banned on GTA. Fair.
I've got my getaway guy waiting for you on Zancuro Bridge.
Oh, he tried doing
Just get there.
he tried doing the, oh, I know exactly what he tried to do.
He's a professional.
It's actually a good line.
Everything.
That's actually a really good line. Because Rebecca and I did that line a lot, but she would always focus on it and crash. So I'm not surprised he hit it, but recovered well from it. It's a good run.
Hey, come in. This is your getaway guy. Lester tells me you were inbound. Keep driving for the bridge. I got this under control.
Oh. Uh-oh. There we go. I remember that was glitched out for a while, so you couldn't do this heist. Like, you would never be able to get picked up by the magnet. That was that was a good time. But yeah, she did it. Good stuff. And the fact he gave me 50-50 as well, I'm very impressed by him. I didn't expect that. I was expecting like 30%, so good for him. I hope he enjoys getting the heist out of the way at least, because I'm sure he's been waiting for a while to get someone to do it, so... That's why I like doing it. I like joining these random heists, because I like helping people get these heists out of the way.
Holiday season at the Crest residence, and Daddy's out drinking. Say, passed. And if that thing I talked about comes up, I'll call you. And in the meantime, if anyone comes to me, I'll mention you as a reliable.
Yeah, we do need more randoms like Tristan, don't we?
The first time that
100%.
wasn't bad, but don't get clingy.
Don't worry, Lester. Yeah, the fucking Russian guys, man. Of course, they were really fucking... I love how they just wasted their time as well as ours. Complete waste of time. I don't even know why he gave me 50%, you know, because I've got $1 billion. I don't need 50%. Oh, that's good, though. 618 with a random is really good, especially since we weren't trying. 8% vehicle damage, that would have obviously not worked, but yeah, but you only need to do, what, 58 seconds quicker, and we would have got the Elite Challenge? So that's pretty good with a random. Especially a random with a building where the building is. The building's not in a good spot for the Elite Challenge. I've always thought it was a bit stupid that the Elite Challenge starts from the minute you start the heist. It should start from when you get to a certain checkpoint, because it's not very fair if your building's on the other side of the map and then you've got to travel from there to the heist spot. It's stupid. So really the timer should start from the second you get in the Kuruma. That's when the timer should start. Obviously adjust the time to be fairer, because you would, you know, cut the time down by like 30 seconds or something, but since you wouldn't have travel time, but still. Bro, you know what? Crazy Joe was actually calm. I actually really like Crazy Joe on that heist. He was actually alright, but the other Dons, yeah, they were annoying. Alright, Tristan Taylor, 25, be free, my guy. Be free. Go forth and be happy. Oh, he's never killed anyone. He's never done... He wants to be my close friend, apparently. He's never killed anyone in outside of free roam. Look. He's never done, like, a PvP mode. That's crazy. Gaz-looking character. Love that. Gaz and looking like aliens is so funny. Well, I mean, that was a fun little night, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting to make a whole grand 125,000, you know, a whole massive amount like that. I really didn't expect to make it. If we had done that prison break earlier, I'd have been even happier, but that's whatever. We got what we got. Be free, Tristan. I might add you later, bro, but I'm not adding your I'm not adding you as a close friend. I'm sorry, but I'm not adding you as a close friend. I don't know why he thought I'd be his close friend. Nothing against him. It's just close friends thing. I don't even know why Sony. Yeah, Sony came up with that idea. I don't know why close friends even exist anymore. Because like, when they tried doing the whole Facebook integration back in the PS4 era, where they were trying to make online gaming less toxic by having people have their real names and, you know, connecting their Facebooks, and it's like all connected to the online persona. There was a period in the early 2010s where everyone was trying to be more connected, and, you know, have like your own. You'd have your online persona and stuff like that, and it would all be connected to your single, you know, your offline persona, and it was, yeah, I get it, but the problem is it didn't go that direction, and the world actually got even worse after that. Could you imagine having your real name connected to everything you do online, like now, with the way that some people are? No. So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of what Sony tried to do with the whole close friends thing, and they should really just remove it at this point. They should. It's not really useful anymore. They should scrap it and just have normal friends. I wouldn't mind having like different levels of friendship, but I just don't think the close friends method is the right method. I don't think they have the Facebook linking anymore, though. I think they got rid of that. The one thing I would like to see Sony do, though, is if they're going to have like people linking their profiles, I'd love to have it so you can have your Discord and stuff on your PlayStation profile. Because that would make it a lot easier if I could have like the Discord server on there, and then yeah, people could join through that instead of having to go through all the faff of, you know, clicking it on the PC and all that. But yeah, we'll see one day. Maybe they'll do that one day. You might add that guy in the way of Eddie. Yeah, you might as well. Maybe you'd do it. He definitely needs to do his prison break and all that. He's got many heists to go. I'm just glad I helped him with the first heist, get out of the way, because that's usually the one that's difficult to do, is to get that started. And you'd think Fleecer would be really easy and everyone would be able to get it done, but no, apparently not in today's world, where people struggle with doing Fleecer. Yeah, it's the panther statue. Yeah, that could be good. Oh, love that. Good driving, as just usual with me. I have to ask, you know, I'm really curious because of what that guy said on YouTube. Imagine how hard it is to get banned from GTA, like. to get banned on GTA is quite... I was just thinking about that. To get banned on GTA is quite remarkable, because, like... I don't know anyone who's been banned on GTA. And I've noticed I'm all fucked up people at times on here, but I've never seen where you actually get banned for something, so that's quite a specialty right there. Like, yeah, you'd have to really do a lot of shit to get banned on GTA. That's crazy. Stuff that people do on here, I can't lie. Yeah, you have to get crazy bad stuff to get banned. Like, Rockstar doesn't give a shit about much. Like, they'll put you in bad sport and stuff, but I very rarely see Rockstar actually banning people for something. Apparently he wanted to play with me. I'm alright though. I don't really want to play with people that get banned on fucking GTA. That's quite... Again, that's remarkable shit. Get banned on GTA. He wasn't very impressed by my 2 viewers on my YouTube stream. He was very displeased by that. My 17 years of hard graft on streaming, you know, streaming on YouTube. 17 years of very hard graft has amounted to 2 viewers. Was not happy. He was not best pleased. Yeah, it's just that I could tell that bro was probably not very old, because he thought that I said 17 years, and it's probably more than he's been alive. So I could tell that he probably couldn't comprehend how long that was. And he was, yeah, and the way that he would speak about viewers, like, again, if I cared about viewers, I wouldn't stream, you know, or I would just do all the fucking stupid TikTok nonsense that people do, you know, where they start like, you know how they'll follow the algorithm to get as many views as possible. If I was only giving a shit about views, that's what I would do. I would have all the shitty thumbnails with a wide open mouth. I would have all that, you know, I would clickbait and all that stuff, if I really gave a shit about that. But, yeah. I always find it interesting, though, that some people really give a shit about stuff like that. Like, I've always... I don't know, maybe it's just because where I grew up, but, like, people... I don't know. There's, like... It's something that the internet has really taught me, is that there's a whole bunch of people out there that will sell their fucking soul for money. Like, they'll do anything for money and for views. Like, that's like... Their sole purpose for living is to be successful online and to have, like, more viewers than anyone else. That's like the whole existence. Which is quite sad when you think about it, because that's what happens with kids. You know, when you say to kids now, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's all the really cool stuff is gone. Astronaut, no, not anymore. Prime Minister, not anymore. You know, yeah, something cool. No, it's just, well, I don't know if you'd say Prime Minister's cool, but I think it's cool anyway. But now it's all like, oh, I want to be a TikTok star, or I want to, you know, I want to be a Mr. Beast. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of sad to me that's where we were at now. Oh yeah, the amount of girls that do OnlyFans, and I keep hearing like people say it's like liberation, and that women are liberated themselves, and they can... I do think it's quite sad that people are doing that. Like, I don't give a shit if they do it, it's their body, their choice, but I do think of it quite poorly. I'm not gonna lie, that's one thing I do think poorly of, is when if a woman says to me, oh, I do OnlyFans, I do judge. I won't lie, I do judge. I'm very judgmental when people do stuff like that. It's just like, it's like, bro, is that where people's lives have gone now? Is where everyone is just trying to sell their soul for a chunk of silver, you know? And I'm not a fan of it myself. Everyone has their choice, they can do what they want, but I can still think it's a bit weird, you know? I mean, it is, sex work is sex work, but it's just the fact that people do it so casually that really puts me off. Like, to be a sex worker, say 20 years ago, was a very different level than, you know, every woman can just sign up to this website and shove their fucking vagina online to make money. And I think it's I don't know, for me it's just kind of it's weird. It's just it shows to me, it suggests low class to do that, to just kind of throw out their body everywhere and anywhere to make money. I don't know, it's low class to me. That's my true feeling on it. I do feel it's low class. Like, you know, you have some respect for yourself, but these dons, they do it and they're gonna really regret it in 20 years when their children, if they have children, grow up and they're gonna see their mum's fucking vagina pasted all over the internet. Like, I don't think they realize how stupid it is. You know, it used to be a very big conscious decision. If you're going to do sex work, you're going to sign up. You're going to have to, you know, it's something that's going to potentially change your life for the rest of your life. But nowadays, people can just go on a fucking website and be like, here you go, here's a picture of my fucking vagina. £4.99, please. It's like, you know, that's a complete different level than someone out there who was making their living, you know, maybe they had to sign up to do sex work because they couldn't afford to live otherwise. They had to bring up their child or whatever, having to go out into the streets, do some, you know, nasty stuff. And nowadays you've got these girls sitting online in the comfort of their own home, fucking selling bath water and pussy pics. I mean, I don't know, I just think to myself, that's really low fucking class. And I will judge, I'm not gonna lie, I will judge someone worse for OnlyFans. Like, if someone says to me, I'm a prostitute, I probably would just be like, whatever, you know, I wouldn't give a shit. If someone says to me, oh, I'm an escort, whatever, you know. Hell, if someone says, oh, I do porn, I work for a porn company and we make porn, I'd still be like, cool. But then someone says to me, I do OnlyFans, I'm gonna be like, you do OnlyFans, yeah? But I think it's also sad. I'm not going to just put the blame on the women here. I'm going to put the blame on the men that sign up to it. Because, God, the amount of stories I hear of, like, men signing up to, like, OnlyFans of their relation, not their relation, but, you know, their relatives, friends, and family. Like, that's crazy to me, man. And actually, there are some men that do. Like, I've heard stories of fathers that sign up for their daughters' OnlyFans, which is even more disturbed. But the amount of times I've heard men apparently sign up to see, you know, their best friend's fucking vagina. It's like, bro, like, you're a sad motherfucker if you're paying $4.99 to see a fucking vagina. Like, go out and get a real woman. You know? Like, go and get a woman, bro. If you need to sign up to see pussy pics, bro, it's so sad. Go and get a woman. Like, literally, go out of your house, go and meet women. Don't be creepy, because you already know someone who's willing to sign up to OnlyFans to watch someone's fucking OnlyFans, you know that motherfucker's gonna be creepy as shit. Like, you already fucking know. You already fucking know that whatever Don is out there going, yeah, I'm gonna sign up to her OnlyFans, you already know that motherfucker's creep and can't get women for real. That's why they do it.
Do you remember him?
So, I don't know. To me, the whole thing is really disturbed. It's really casualized sex work, and it's also just showing that there's, like, the society is actually, you know, like, I don't like to use the word degeneracy, but it does come across to me as degeneracy, that we've casualized sex work so much now that it is something that people can just do on a whim, just by fucking, you know, going online with their little phone and taking pictures, and they sell it and make subscriptions like a business. I just think it's like society has dropped to the point where that is possible, and that is actually not just possible, but welcomed and actually encouraged, that there are girls out there going to other girls. Yeah, sign up to OnlyFans and do all that shit. Like, it's like, and to say that, especially suggesting that to these teen girls, like, before, if you wanted to do porn as a kid, you know, teenage, you were like, oh yeah, when I leave school I want to do porn. It was like something you'd have to actually really go out your way to do. It wasn't just something you could really do that easily. You'd have to go to a porn company, and you'd usually have to move somewhere, because they weren't, you know, obviously if you're living in bumfuck nowhere, they're not going to do porn there, so a lot of people would have to move. It was a lot of work, but it was something, if you wanted to be a porn star, it was something you had to really put your effort into. And nowadays, you just go on your fucking phone, babe, here we go, picture video, and then you got 1,000 dons already sign up within the first week. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Why? Why is that so simplifying casual now and so easy to do? It's incredible to me that we've allowed ourselves to get that to reduce us. I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't like it. I've never liked it. Again, I'm not gonna like say I'm not gonna ban it. I wouldn't say ban it, but I don't like it. So I don't. I mean, I at least I put my mouth or my money where my mouth is or whatever. At least I don't subscribe to any OnlyFans. I've never subscribed to OnlyFans. I've never viewed OnlyFans. So at least I can say that, you know, like, at least I'm not a hypocrite, you know, these dons who are like, oh yeah, OnlyFans girls are sluts, and then they have like 5 subscriptions. At least I'm not like that. At least I don't have any subs. I never have any subs, and I never will have any subs because I disagree with what it is. I disagree with it as a fundamental thing. I don't even like particularly support porn. I think that there's a lot of bad stuff that happens with porn and that, so I don't even necessarily support porn, and I don't. I'll be real. I haven't really engaged with porn for years. Like since I was maybe a teenager. So at least I do try to avoid all that stuff because I do think it is a lot of it is exploitative, and I don't like it for that. But yeah, yeah. I think that's the thing I have the issue with. It's not really a last resort anymore. It's become just encouraged, and it's like something that, you know, as soon as you're 18 years old, these girls are on there, you know, making, you know, videos and pictures. It's just like, yeah, like I don't know, I don't like how normal and casual and how, you know, casual it is now that people just, you know, that's the first thing they think of. Sort of like how YouTube and stuff was like the first thing that people thought of, you know, when they're growing up, that I want to be a YouTube star, I want to be a TikTok star, I want to be a Twitch star, whatever nonsense. Now a lot of them are like, I want to be a fucking porn star on OnlyFans. Like that's their first idea. And it makes them money because there's lots of weird guys out there that are desperate for that stuff. So I mean, I'm not gonna just blame women. Because that's something I always say when I have that debate with Rebecca, because I've told her before I don't like OnlyFans and all that, and she wouldn't she wouldn't do OnlyFans anyway. But I said to her, I don't like what people do it. And then she was always bringing up like, oh well, you know, what about all the guys that, you know, pay for it, you know? And I was like, yeah, like they're fucking weird. Like, you know, if you're so desperate that you're paying $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, who knows what you would pay? Some of these dons pay, you know, thousands. If you're paying all this money just to see some girl's tits or some girl's vagina, like, yeah, you really need help. Like, you desperately need help. So I'm not gonna just go against the women now. I'm gonna go against the men too. Like, they are also just as fucking, you know, complicit in this. The fact that there's guys out there who are willing to put all this money into it. No wonder, like, women do it so much, because of course they can, like, you know. But it is sad that that's where we're at the moment, where it's so normalized now that, you know, it's kind of like you know, I think to this point that you wouldn't be surprised if a girl you knew in your life had OnlyFans. Like, it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be a huge, massive OnlyFans, but the amount of casual OnlyFans people I hear where they have like a small OnlyFans with a few, maybe like, you know, 20, 30 people is crazy to me. And these are just normal, like, these are normal women that just live, you know, like amongst us. They're not even, you know, they're not like, as I say, it's not really like a porn star anymore. It's just, these are just general women that live amongst us. And that's the first thing they do. I don't know, it's crazy to me. Like, how it's so treated like it's just a casual thing. Oh yeah, you know, I don't know, maybe I sound too, like, purist and too, you know, like, too, like a Puritan almost, but I do feel like the body is kind of a, I don't know, I'm not religious, but I do think that to some extent the body is like, you know, you should have some stuff that you try to keep to the imagination as much as possible if you're just a normal person. Again, outside of like porn stars and stuff like that and actors and stuff. If you're just a normal person, it's like you should try to keep your, you know, to some stuff to imagination. Like I'm a guy, right? I don't mind if I chest this out, fine, but there's no way I'd be walking around my fucking dick out and my dick and balls out for every fucking random don to see. It'd be fucking weird. Like, leave some stuff to the imagination. But some of these people, they just, like, yeah, they're just thrown out there. And it's worse in a sense because when it's like real porn, it's like that's someone who is a professional. It's like an act. It's like a an actor, someone like that's basically what porn is. It's like you're an actor at that point, and so you have that expectation of it's a professional thing. It's a professional gig, and there are going to be some weirdos out there that think it's more, but for the most part, it's a professional gig. Whenever I've seen a porn star in the past, I've never thought, oh yeah, let me build a connection with them. I've never become parasocial with them because it's a porn star. But there's so many of these dons who go onto OnlyFans and they start this parasocial relationship with these girls. And I don't think a lot of these girls realize that, it's easy money to get people staring at your tits, right? But what happens when those dons start thinking it's something more and they start turning up in your town, and they start turning up your local area and start trying to find you, or I'm little Timmy Brown. I gave you that $5,000 donation. Can we go? Can we hang out? Can we have dinner? Like that's the problem. I don't think a lot of these girls realize is that they're not going to have the same protections that a lot of the porn stars will have, where they'll have maybe some sort of security or some sort of they'll have the some level of protection from their production company. So assume it's a proper production company, they'll have some level of protection for it. And it's not even like the old days where people would put anonymous porn up on like Pornhub and stuff. Like they would make their own like porn at home and then stick it on Pornhub. It's not even like that anymore because people put their names with that shit. They have their real fucking name on their fucking OnlyFans. It's like, bro, why are you putting your it's a different vibe. It's weird. It's very parasocial, I feel. So another reason I don't like it is it can be very dangerous. You think most people plan on getting sex work should be shown Boogie Nights? It's about a guy named Dirk Diggler getting into the industry, and at first it's fun, like over time it sort of brings out the worst in him until his life is basically ruined. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people aren't thinking like, what happens in like 10 years time when their body's no longer fit and because that's the thing. A lot of these girls, they don't realize. Well, maybe they do, but their bodies have to. They're not going to be as popular when they're in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s. So their bodies are going to sag eventually. It's inevitable. So they're going to... I imagine some of them might get into this idea in their head where they have to maintain their body appearance. So they'll go and start spending money on surgery to keep their... they'll get like, enhancement to keep their tits from being saggy and all that stuff, get rid of wrinkles. And that's sad in its own way because, it's obviously... It's going to, that to have to go and get all this plastic surgery just to stay a certain way to keep your follows up, it's quite sad in its own way, but... Yeah, again, a lot of these people don't realize that it's going to really affect them in the long run. If they have kids, imagine being little fucking Timmy, and you're going to school, and then and a little fucking little motherfucker Charlie comes over and says, "Oh, I found your mum's naked pictures," and then they start throwing them out everywhere. Like, imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. Imagine you go to school and your fucking mum's fucking pictures are shoved everywhere. Like, nah. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it myself. So again, I'm not going to ban it, but I will judge heavily for it. If a girl says to me I do OnlyFans, I'm not going to like outright say, oh, you're a creep or you're a weirdo or whatever. I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Have a nice day, and then move on. Like, it's as simple as that. Obviously be like, ah, cool. Have fun with that. Move on. Simple as that. That's what I do with everything I disagree with in life. I just, if I don't agree with something, I just go, cool. Whatever. But I won't want to associate that much. I wouldn't want to associate with someone who's like proudly doing OnlyFans. Maybe that says more about me, but I wouldn't, and that's just who I am. I wouldn't want to associate with someone who comes out and says, oh yeah, I do OnlyFans, because then I'm like, yeah, I just don't really want to be associated to that. So if I had a sister that did OnlyFans, bro, I would be very disappointed in her. Again, I wouldn't say you couldn't do it, because of course I can't control what she does. But I would be like, I'm very, very ashamed of you right now, sis. And she probably won't give a shit because we never talk anyway, so it's fine. So it's fine. I probably wouldn't even say that, to be fair. I probably just wouldn't say anything. I'd just be like, cool. Weird, but cool. Move on. Because I don't want to talk about that. I wouldn't want to have that discussion with her about that. Oh, yeah, you have OnlyFans, do you? Why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me you have OnlyFans? I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you're doing online. Thank you very much. I don't need it. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. You'll make so much money now, and that's it. But yeah, and it's also what happens if, like, imagine you being there and your fucking sister's done OnlyFans, and then you get all the ribbing from your friends. Like, could you imagine your friend comes into the group chat and starts fucking sharing pictures of your fucking sister's OnlyFans, or at the very least, I mean, I wouldn't be able to be a friend, but at the very least, start fucking saying, "Oh, I've seen your sister's tits. I've seen your sister's fucking gaping asshole on OnlyFans last night." Bro, I'd be so fucking pissed. "Oh, I just saw your sister take a dragon up her fucking asshole." Like, imagine how fucking that would be jarring as shit. I'd be like, "Oh, fuck's sake." Or, "I just seen your sister's fucking gaping arsehole around a dragon dildo." "Oh, she took a whole can of Coke up her vagina." Like, nah, bro, I'd be like, nah, I'd fucking go nuts, bro. I probably, I don't know if I can't lie, like, murder might have to happen that night. Like, not on the sister, but on the guy. Oh, God. Assuming that his sister's picture sent to him. Oh, no, see, this is the problem. It's like, at least if you know your sister's a porn star, like traditional porn star, at least you know, and you can kind of prepare for it and be like, "Oh yeah, she's a porn star, you know. At least she works in the industry. She's, you know, she's been like 5,000 professional porn videos. Great, you know. At least you know. At least you could be proud of that. But to just be sitting on stream and to get messaged and sent pictures of your sister, nah, I can't lie. Like, it's jarring. This is the problem. It is happening too much, man. I don't want to deal with it. Thankfully, I don't think any of my family are in OnlyFans or on OnlyFans. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, one of my sisters is too young to be on OnlyFans, so that may change, and I hope it doesn't, but it may change. I don't think she would. It doesn't really strike me as something she would do. And she couldn't either because of where she works. She works in an industry where, or she wants to work in an industry where if someone found out they have OnlyFans, she would be fired. She would be fired. There's no ifs and buts on that. She would be fired. And she would probably be completely banned from the industry. She would never be able to be in that industry again. So I don't worry about that sister. And my other sister, I don't think she would, because she doesn't strike me as that kind of person. She's too... I mean, don't get me wrong. She shows a lot of skin. My other sister, she shows a lot of skin. She likes wearing very tight shorts and showing her legs off, for example. But I don't get the vibe she would do OnlyFans. No, I don't get the vibe she would do OnlyFans. I don't see her doing that. I don't think my brother would do OnlyFans either. No, I don't see that either. Yeah, I'd be traumatized too. That'd be fucking disturbed. Some things are just best left never knowing about and seeing about, so... Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but... Again, can't do anything about it. If people wanna be OnlyFans, but... I'm alright. But that's the world at the moment. The world has gone that direction. It's all about being stars and, you know, famous and making money from online. You know, it's all about making money. It's all about having as many viewers as possible. It's all about making... That's all people give a shit about these days. Whether it's Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, OnlyFans, that's all people give a shit about nowadays. It's just getting seen by as many people as possible, and yeah, having money from it. It's just quite sad. Oh well, that's life. No, you know what's funny? I looked at the guy who sent those messages. Bro has 17 subscribers. I just feel like you can't really say anything. Alright, so he says on his description, very double space mad streamer with 2 R's. I'm back, baby, without an apostrophe. Shift drift is now gone. I came from Twitch. Show me some love. And this was all in capitals. And then it says, without a full stop or a period or whatever you want to call it, I would love to get double space some views. I want to make, there's no, again, no comma, no full stop, nothing. I want to make people, PPL, people happy. I want to see if people likes my game type content and stuff, triple space. And I do challenges like lost a blinker, full stop. And very calm challenges, double space. My KD is 12 when I was in my prime. Capital letters, Warzone. Non-capital letters. Now I'm 8 or 9. I lost my Q to movement and baiting. Misspelt. And I'm a streamer without double space a mic. So I get a lot of kills with no headset. I thought I said no headshot. No headset. Please join up. I wouldn't mind to have 5 viewers. Just talk with me. And I'm a very sweet streamer. I'm 19. I'm very cool. I want teammates. I'm chill guy. You're a beautiful community. Is this JB? Yeah, like... Is this JB, bro? The way bro was talking, I thought he had a big game, you know? Because the first thing he said was only 2 viewers. How long you been streaming, homie? But I can't lie, bro. He said that he put a viral video out and got 14k views in 1 month on YouTube, but his total views is 11,000. I don't think so. I don't even know what view it was. Oh, it must have been a short. I think it was a short. And every short is hashtag viral video. And it was all shorts. He's just made videos of like he's just taken like videos from other like channels and stuck it on top of his. Yeah, that's the evil blunt. Yeah, you can say that. He's got 1.1k views on a MMA fight, which wasn't his, but fair. It's all just like other people's content that he's just taken and like put on his channel. I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like if you're gonna like try to brag about your views, you should probably not use other people's content. You know, like it's like a reactor, you know, like I don't mind if people do reaction stuff. Like I'm fine with reaction stuff, but I feel like if you're gonna do reaction stuff, you should at least try to like, you shouldn't either try to make money from it, like it should be just something that you don't really put any money on, like any sort of attempt to make money off it, or just kind of have it as part of other content. Like I'm fine with streamers reacting to stuff. Like I've thought about it myself sometimes, like when I'm done with stream, just like stick on a couple YouTube videos and just watch. But I don't make money off my videos, so it's fine. Like not at least, you know, at least no one would, I would be making money off other people. But yes, like he hasn't got. It's just it's just videos of other people. Favorite rapper, video of some guy driving a car. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit weird to say stuff like that. Again, like, I don't think you should really care about other people's views anyway. Like, I couldn't give a shit about other people's views. Like, I wouldn't usually look at it, but like, that's really crazy that like his entire channel is making views off other people. And then he has the audacity to say, Mind you, I just looked at his streams. Most of them have 1 view. And mind you, that's total views, because it isn't viewers, it's views, like total. So I just find that really interesting that bro was really keen to let me know that I had only 2 viewers, because of course my YouTube stream I don't really pay attention to. It's just on there, you know. Like I have YouTube purely because I like to have it on there to like archive the video. Why I use YouTube? I just like to archive the video, but that's crazy to me. Yeah. Again, I couldn't give a shit if you do if you do reactions and stuff, but just like it can't be your entire content, you know. It has to be like something that you have to do other stuff as well. You know, like, I've got no issue if like a big streamer, like I don't know, let's say, you know, who's a big streamer that does that? There's a few of them that where they'll watch when they're eating, they'll have dinner or whatever, lunch, and they'll watch like other stuff. And again, that person probably gets a massive boost of views anyway, so at least it works out. But yeah, it's just weird to like do that as a new YouTube channel, like to try to steal other people's content just to make, and especially because it's not even like a reaction, it's literally just posting other people's stuff and putting like a piece of text on top of it. Like at least with reaction videos, you actually give your reaction to it, you know. At least you actually, you know, you have your, especially if you have a camera, at least you can do something there. But just to stick like someone's fucking video that they've uploaded onto your channel is nuts. Just stick it. And you know what's funny? It's a lot of times you see multiple levels of that where someone recorded the video, put it online, someone else found it, put a piece of text on it, someone else found that video with a text on it and put another piece of text on it, and then someone else found, and so eventually you end up with a situation where there's like 4 or 5 pieces of text that have nothing to do with each other, and it's all just been overlaid on top because people keep saving the same video. And at that point, the video quality is so shit because people keep saving the same video over and over again, and every time they do that, the quality is just getting worse and worse and worse because it keeps getting encoded. Every time you upload it, YouTube or whoever lowers the quality. Obviously, they're going to encode it at a lower quality level because they don't want to, you know, waste space. So every single time, it's just getting worse and worse. And by the end of it, it's like a blur. It's horrific. It looks like something from 1999. And it's like 5 levels of text. You can't even read the text at the bottom anymore because it's just completely blurred. And people do that shit all the time. That's the only issue with like TikTok and Shorts and all that is it's just promotes and enables really low effort kind of, you know, slop that people just steal from each other and put on their channels, and you don't even know who the real owner is anymore. And that's what really annoys me, is if people are going to do that, at least then, you know, put the real owner in, at least like link the real owner, the person who uploaded it initially. And you know, the amount of times I found content on YouTube Shorts that I really like the look of, I'm like, oh, this guy is really cool, and I have to look in the comments hoping that someone eventually puts the right name in there. It's so frustrating. So yeah, it's like, I love how YouTube is so gung-ho about catching people uploading videos of music in it that they'll really, you know, really fuck you if you do. But then they don't give a shit if you're stealing content from other people on the internet. They don't give a shit if you go and steal content from, you know, 30, 40 different channels, stick it on your channel and make a, you know, fortune out of it. They don't give a shit. The worst thing they'll do is maybe they'll kick it off eventually. They'll force you to remove it or whatever, and that's about it. like. Nah, it's terrible. Modern day YouTube is so shit compared to old YouTube. Like, YouTube used to be so good. People who weren't there don't understand. Like, man, when YouTube first started up, it was so personal. You could send video reactions. So many people forget that. You could literally record. You could literally just go and record a video reaction to someone. So someone would upload a video, and you could click, you know, make a reaction, or, you know, whatever, record, you know, record a reply or whatever, and you'd be able to make a reply to that person in video form. It was so good. And there was so many videos like that where people would be responding to like Numa Numa and all that, you know, those early videos like that. People would be responding and laughing and joking. You could customize your channel. You could put your own HTML on there. It was crazy how good it was. And over the years, it's just progressively got worse to the point now where it's just slop. And and a lot of it now is AI as well, where you can tell that the people who do this uploads don't even make the videos anymore. Like before, they would edit it themselves. Nowadays, it's like real AI slop, where it's just AI. You know, they get a bunch of videos and then they stick it in an editor where the AI just puts it together and then uploads it. And like, that can be fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that on Instagram, where they would make these like little montages of stuff, but that's about it. Like, I wouldn't go and, you know, steal other people's content and then just stick it in like an editor that puts it together and puts, yeah, like puts some random, you know, random music into it, and it's not even, it's just like, yeah, 2 seconds of random music, sticks it in there and then uploads it, and it's just pure slop, and it's terrible, and it's getting worse because soon AI will just do that on their own. I think actually I think there are situations like that now where AI are used, you know, where you know, like people who just want to like make shit tons of bots, they do that now where they just have AI take the videos, or even they don't even provide the videos anymore. They literally just have the AI collect the videos themselves and itself, and then just make videos out of it and upload it as slop. It's terrible, and that's what's happening now. So we're going to see the situation in the future where the internet is just going to get bleaker and bleaker. Like, you think it's bad now, but I tell you this now, and I think that this is the truth. I think by 2030, we're going to have a massive crisis where we don't know who's who. We don't know if someone's real or not. We're going to have a massive crisis where the internet, I think we're already almost there, where I mean, actually we are. AI now makes, you know, like automated stuff is already way above like human-made traffic. And mind you, that does include automation, like automated, you know, API usage and stuff like that. So, you know, that's true. But I think that we're getting to the point where AI based, you know, like where it's not automated API use, it's actual just AI slop is going to surpass human. You know, we see it on Reddit. You go on Reddit now, and half the things on Reddit are it's AI. It's AI. It's not even human. It's just AI. You go on these, and it's just bots posting out, you know, made up scenarios. You go on Am I an Arsehole? Used to be great. I used to love going on Am I an Arsehole? And then people started making fake stuff, and that was fine. At least it was real. It was human people. Nowadays, it's just AI. You can tell it's AI. And it's getting harder and harder. And I would imagine that by 2030, we're going to have a real situation where you don't know if something's human or not. You know, you won't know if the people watching. You can have, I've seen it already on some channels. You know those bots where people would type in chat? You can have those bots now as, you know, actual AI bots that can actually watch what you're doing and comment on what you're doing on the stream. Before, you could tell if someone was a bot because they wouldn't comment on the actual stream itself. They would just reply maybe or say, you know, just little sentences. Now, if you use them right, these AI will actually watch a stream, or they'll analyze a stream. They'll see what you're doing. They'll hear what you're saying and analyze it, and then come back and actually write proper real comments that, you know, that are about the video or about the stream. It's really gonna change. Like, I don't think people will realize how shit the internet's gonna get. It's already shit compared to how it used to be. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Yes, Caitlin, I'm still yapping. I'm about to go off. I'm just wanting to have like a couple of little things about AI here. The AI voiceovers, you can't tell if it's real or done. Yeah, it's getting harder. Like, remember when we used to play around with that bot that would do like the Nico voice on Discord, and like AF would get really mad. Like, I'd be using Nico's voice to say, you know, something to AF, and he'd be like, "Shut the fuck up." Yeah, it's getting, nowadays that's old school, like, compared to now. Nowadays you can, like, if I wanted to, and I have thought about this, I've actually thought about cloning my own voice and having a stream where I'm not speaking, but the AI is, and see if people would like pick up on that. I have thought about that because I have what, thousands of hours of I have like, well, at least 5,000 hours now probably of streams that I could go back, collect my voice from, and build a clone. Yeah, and I could probably do that, and it would sound very much like me. So, and obviously I've been streaming with a proper mic, so it's not like I mean, even now you can use even just a basic mic you could still do it. But yeah, because it can pick up. But yeah, a lot of these AIs now are getting to the point where the more you upload, obviously the more you upload, the better it is. And yeah, so tone might be the giveaway, yes. But if you listen to some of the newest stuff that they're showing off, oh boy. If you listen to some of the latest stuff that they're trialing and they're showing off, it is scary. It's, the tone isn't even there anymore. It you know, that kind of set tone. It understands the context, and it's able to adjust your tone based upon that context. I would say within 5 years it will be almost perfect, 100%. Within 5 years. Remember, if you go back 5 years ago, this stuff was pretty much impossible. You know, like if you go back 5 years ago, you had Abspadala level AI. That was what the AI was, Abspadala level. You know, and Abspadala could be quite funny at times, quite creepy actually how accurate he is sometimes. But that was what it was. It was Abspadala level, and every year it's progressively got more, difficult to decide, decipher who it is and if it's an AI or not. But give it 5 more years, it will pretty much. I imagine it'll be almost impossible to tell. And yeah, you can make stuff. I can make stuff on my computer now. I have. I was playing around with some image and video creation. I was playing around with a video text to video creator. And I was also playing around with an image to video creator, like taking an image and making it into a video. And it's actually quite scary what you can do. And that's just with like a consumer level, like on a normal computer. Imagine what you can do on actual, on a server rack. It's terrifying. What other countries can do as well. Like China, Russia. Scary, bro. You remember the birth of Abspadala as well? It was so weird. It was, wasn't it? How you've come on and started saying feck over and over again. Bro, I used to love Abspadala. If someone asked you if you're doing it, would you admit to it? Yes, I would admit to it. I've got no issue. Like, I wouldn't do it for any sort of, like, gain. I just was thinking of doing it as a bit of fun. Like, I was just thinking to myself, that would be quite funny just to do a stream where I use it and see if anyone can pick up on it. And then I can play around with it. And I was also having the idea of having it where I could talk to it. Like, I'd be talking to myself on stream. Like, wouldn't it be cool if I was, like, talking to an AI of myself and my voice back and forth? I was thinking of doing that as well, but I was like, it might be a bit odd. And also, I want to do it only if I can do it in the sense of it's all offline. I don't like using... Because anything you upload to any of these online, anything like ChatGPT and all that, it's all uploaded, it's all saved, right? I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it if I couldn't do it offline, like train it on my own data, on it's entirely offline, nothing's uploaded to the internet. I would feel much more comfortable doing it that way. I don't like the idea of giving ChatGPT tons and tons or anything like that, tons and tons of my information and shit and build up off it. So. But I was saying that could be quite fun. Yeah. He was talking to an AI when he was using his voice. It could be a lot of fun, and you could even teach it information about you. You could feed it, chat logs and stuff like that, and see if you know what you're doing. You could effectively train an AI that could speak like you, with the same. Wouldn't just because obviously AI don't have the personal touch, right? Because we all have our own mannerisms. But that's the thing. If you can teach it, if you can make it watch, if you force it to learn from thousands and thousands of years of how you thousands and thousands of hours of you speaking, and if you can give it the context as well to some extent, yes, and chat logs, you could really build up an AI that actually reacts like you and isn't just it isn't just like it isn't just like sticking a voice on a general on a general AI. It's actually teaching the AI to be like you. And that would be really interesting. But the problem is it'd be so expensive because I would if I wanted to host it on my own machine, obviously you would need a really powerful machine to host that at the moment, to host it all and to that level. It's not really doable offline yet. It's not really doable. Most of the stuff like that is hosted all online at the moment, like ChatGPT especially. All their models are like online only. They're all on their own servers. You have to pay them. And you can't do it offline. There are other models. There's loads of AI models that people can use now. But for example, Abspadala uses GPT-2, and then I use GPT-2 Neo, and I think I use another GPT-2 variant. But anything GPT-3 and beyond never got put online, like from ChatGPT. OpenAI, they never put that stuff online because they said it was too dangerous to have people hosting it on their own machines, which doesn't matter because other companies have now released AI that is very similar level to what OpenAI has achieved with ChatGPT and all that, GPT-4 and 4.5, and from what I've heard, 5 is going to be insane. The only good thing I can say is that the good thing is AI needs to feed off content, and they've pretty much fed AI entirely on everything uploaded. Everything that was on the internet pretty much has likely been fed into these AIs at this point. Like anything that's been on the internet when they could, they scraped so much shit, and they're continuing to scrape so much shit from pre-2020. Because the problem is now we're finding is some of the newer AIs, they're actually getting dumber. They're hallucinating more and they're dumber. And the reason for that is because what you get out is only as good as what you put in. So if you put trash in, you're going to get trash out. That's the truth. That's the fact of this shit. And so now a lot of the AIs they're training it off content that was made by AI without realizing. If you upload 2025 Reddit into into your chatbot, it's going to be learning from other chatbots because there's other AI has been typing shit out. So it's gonna learn not just from humans. It's not gonna know what's human and what's not, and it's gonna just train itself off a bunch of shit. So as time goes on, AI is gonna continuously be trained off itself, and it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So now they're having this issue of, oh shit, now that the cat's out of the bag, how do we train? How are they gonna train it on? How are they gonna find content that is entirely human and isn't trained off other AI? So this is the problem we're going to find. But I do still think that we're going to get to the point in the future where it's going to become very difficult to decide and to know who is, what is AI and what's not. And it's going to be very difficult on Reddit. You're not going to know if it's AI or not. YouTube videos. You'll be able to we'll get to the point probably in the near future, next 10 years, where there will be entire channels made up of just AI created and completely ran by AI. They'll make the videos completely themselves. Nothing. There won't even be any human oversight really, other than just kind of maintaining that it's there. It will just be fully AI, and they'll probably be able to stick their own voices on it and voice over it. They'll be able to make fucking montages and put their own voice over it. Like, it's crazy. Obviously, they're not sentient. They're not thinking. They're not able to really. They don't really understand why they're doing it or what they're doing. They're not human. But they'll just do it. They'll be told do it, and they'll do it. They'll be programmed to do it, and they'll do it, and that's it. And it will just fill up the internet with so much shit. It's actually terrifying. It is pretty terrifying where the So I don't know. If an AI film gets a wide theatrical release, oh yeah, 100% we're gonna see fully AI films in the near future. 100%. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna fully do it. You can already make 60-second videos really well now with that. Especially, I don't know if any of you've played around with GPT 4.5, I think it is, or whatever the latest one is they've done. But some of the images they do, some of the videos they do is insane. They can make full, they can change anything into any art style. I know that's been a thing recently where they've been uploading, people have been changing images into the art styles of anime and stuff, and it does it really well. And obviously, soon that will be able to make videos. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if people make, animated, Dragon Ball style, episodes. Probably look better than what Dragon Ball Super is, actually. Probably look better than that. And people will be putting out that shit in the future. I've already seen people use voices to, make their own content with, Goku and all that, which, is cool. But obviously, it's should use the voice actor if possible. But, as long as it's fan-based, I don't really mind so much. But I think that we're going to see that point in the future where it's I can see it now where voice actors will no longer do real voice work. What it will be is that voice actors will just provide their voices and then an AI will make the actual content from it. And so the voice actors will just get paid royalties on their voice and that's it. And people say, oh, well, voice actors union. Well, that ain't going to do shit because there'll always be some Don out there who's willing to do it cheaper. There's always going to be some Don out there who's like that was a discussion when all the voice actors were protesting about it. Or sorry, actors. Sorry, I should say actors because they get very testy when you say voice actor. The actors who were talking about that a couple of years ago, they were getting very testy about it, and they were saying, "Oh, well, we need. This is why we need to protest, and this is why we need to strike, and all this to protect our rights." I was like, bro, some Don in fucking Germany who has got a brilliant accent, British accent, for some reason, is going to do the job for you. Someone in Romania is going to do the job. They're gonna, they're gonna train their fucking accent. They're gonna do their voice and sell it to someone who can make AI voices out of it, and that'll be that. You're never gonna beat this. This is open now. The Pandora's box is open, and I don't think people realize how it's impossible to shut now. It's never gonna go away. AI is going to be used in everything. So voice work, even images, anime, fuck everything. Everything is gonna be. They're gonna use this shit to do it. I think. See, I'm like, you know what? If a company can use stuff to speed up their process, animation is a fucking slow thing to do. And if a company can speed up their animation process, I wouldn't mind so much. If I don't mind game developers using it to speed up their their development, because games take so much. You know, you need thousands of game developers nowadays, and it still takes, you know, years to release a game. You know, games are getting longer and longer and longer to make. Look at God of War and stuff. Those games are taking longer than ever to make. So I don't mind if game developers use it to help them code, or although it's usually shit code, but helps them, you know, maybe do pre-production stuff where you use AI to kind of create the visuals of the pre-production. But people obviously are hesitant because, I mean, you know, I don't blame people for worrying about their jobs, but I don't think I think that regardless of what they want, it's never gonna go away. You know, the same thing was true. Like, so many people think that it will just, you know, we can just stop it. It never will. You know, like, it's just like saying, oh, well, we'll get rid of computers, you know? Like, people probably complained about when computers first came out, you know, when artists were doing most of their stuff on physical, and then computers came out, and then digital artists were becoming a thing, and there was lots of probably physical artists who were like, well, that's not very fair. They can make a picture in half the time it takes me. But life goes on, and nowadays no one questions the reality that computers exist. And so I imagine the same will be true of AI. You know, at first there will be a lot of resistance, but in 34 years, I imagine that, you know, people won't give a shit. It won't matter. People won't give a shit. So I don't know. I'm hesitant, but I'm also like, you can't stop it. You know, like, that's life. We can't stop it. I do think when people say, "Oh, I'm an AI filmmaker," I do think it's pretty funny though when people say, "I'm an AI artist." Just be honest, you're not an artist. You're just someone who put in a bunch of like text and made an image. Cool. You know, that's still cool. Like, I still think there's some really nice AI images out there. Like, I think there's some beautiful space-based AI images that I really like. And I've made a few AI images myself that I've used for personal use, like having as a background and stuff like that. But I wouldn't call myself an artist. I'm just a don who put in text into a text chat, into a text prompt. But yeah, I don't think people should call themselves AI artists for stuff like that. It's stupid. But again, if an artist wants to use AI to help them speed themselves up, if they're making something and they use AI to like speed up their development, their process, fine. I think I've seen a lot of artists do that actually now. They use AI to speed up their the more laborious bits, which is cool. But if someone doesn't do any of the actual work themselves and it's entirely AI, yeah, pretty bad. Oh yeah, yeah. There's people. Yeah, character AI. I've seen character AI be used for stuff like that before. Yeah. See, the next step of that, Dean, is people using actual like 3D models, and that's the next step because you can upload your live. You can upload your appearance into these, and they can actually make models now, like 3D models of you. And yeah, that's the next step, is fully like 3D models of like streamers. I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen a streamer do that before actually, where they made they did it to see if they could do it. They made like an entirely a whole model for themselves, and then they had an AI power, and it was they used that for like certain streams just to kind of have it. I wouldn't be surprised if like XQC and like people like that, big streamers start doing stuff like that. I could see it in the next few years, especially with XQC's views that AI is fine, AI is exactly okay, and nothing ever wrong with it. So I imagine he'll be one of the proponents of this. I would imagine he'll be someone who will do it. He'll 100%. And the thing is, these rich streamers, they have so much money, they can hire people to do all the work for them. Like, whereas if I want to do it, I've got to like research it myself and understand what I'm doing. Whereas if you're a rich streamer, you can just hire a bunch of dons to do it for you, and they'll 100% be able to make an AI of him, and then also make a model which can react to him, and like a VTuber model, but better in a way, more realistic. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. The AI streamer. We may be in the timeline soon, or in the saga, the AI streamer saga. We may be in that world soon. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's where a lot of AI usage will be. It's like the way I look at it is AI can be really useful and stuff like that. Like Photoshop is a good example of that. Back in the day when you want to make Photoshopped images, you would have to go through and like do everything yourself. If you cut something out and you wanted to fill it with space, you wanted to fill like space up, you would have to like you'd have to like collect similar things. Like if there was a bush in the background, you'd have to like find a bush of a similar style from the rest of the image, and then kind of move it in there and blend it all in, make it look nice. And it was a lot of talent, but it was slow. Nowadays, a lot of these people that do Photoshops and stuff like that, all they do is just, they do it, and Adobe does it itself. Adobe has like an AI fill now, and it does it for it. It does all the work itself, so that saves them a lot of time. They can do the Photoshop, and then Adobe can fill in the gaps which would have taken them time to do. So yeah, that's. But I suppose now you could say Photoshopping is kind of a dying art because, of course, you can just AI it now. I still think that there's a charm to Photoshop, though. I do think like a bad Photoshop or like a low quality Photoshop is still a lot more charming than AI. But that's the reality we're in now, is where AI is, that's where it's going to be. People will use the easiest thing to get something, and that is going to be AI. But I do think it can be useful in certain circumstances to help reduce the amount of time spent doing laborious stuff. But I don't think you can fight it. In the end, it will be the consumer that decides. And so if an AI movie comes out and it ends up having a shit ton of people go see it, that's the future. So you just have to hope that no one goes and sees AI movies. But I already know there will be, at some point, there will be some filmmaker out there who will make a really high level AI film, and they will put it out there, and I can just tell it will happen eventually. Whether it happens this decade or next, someone's going to eventually do it, and it will be well received by people, and that will change it. Once that first film comes out, that's popular enough that gets people into the cinema. That's it, because then every other studio is going to go, yeah, we can do that. And so I imagine that once that happens, it's over. You just have to. I don't know what film it will be. I don't think it'll be from a mainstream. I don't think it'll be like an MCU or anything like that. I think it will be something else. But I can just see like a horror film. Maybe someone make an AI horror film. I don't know. Someone will do something low budget but still very high quality AI, and that will be it. That will be the end of that. That will be when that's when the whole thing changes. I think AI could be really good, though, in things like, improving CGI, because a lot of the CGI work is so rushed these days. And it's because they never have enough time to do it. I think AI could really improve CGI in the future. But then the problem is, of course, and they'll start saying, well, we'll just fire more people because we don't need them. They won't go, yeah, we'll keep the same amount of people, and then we'll just increase the AI to keep the quality going up. They'll just say, well, we can just get rid of the extra people now and just go back to so yeah, it's going to happen, though. Yeah, 100%. Floodgates will happen. All it takes is one. All it takes is one Don to do it, and that's it. One successful film, and that's it. The whole world changes. So it does suck, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing is, you'll still have people that want to do their own traditional films, and I do hope that traditional films, non-AI films can, or at least non-fully AI films can still compete and do really well. I hope they do better, but I just know what people are like. If you think it's bad at the moment with everyone going to see like MCU slop, it's going to be way worse when they go to see these films. At least the MCU has some redeeming features if you like the MCU, and at least it's actual people for the most part. Other than Secret Invasion, which we don't talk about. That whole we don't talk about Secret Invasion. But yeah, it'll be crazy. It'll be really crazy. World is changing. Music 100% is going there. I already know. 100% music is going there. I think there's actually artists already on Spotify who are uploading fully AI music. And I'm just waiting for the day that an old artist gets new music made by AI, because I was listening to people making like Beatles inspired songs back in the day with a very early computerized AI, and it sounded, obviously it obviously did sound at times where, quite a lot of times, where it was just offbeat, or it didn't, but it had the general gist of it. But I could see like I'm waiting for a Michael Jackson song to come out. Like I'm just waiting for a Michael Jackson song or something like that to come out with, which is fully AI. That's what I think will happen. We'll see like an AI Michael Jackson song or something like that. Like dead people will be able to come back That's where they're gonna 100%. These companies are gonna do that 100%. If they get the rights to your voice post death, they're gonna 100% take advantage of that. You're actually right with people going to see the MCU, just not right with stuff like how it marginalizes smaller films into art house theaters and how big the stuff like Minecraft movie. Oh yeah, it takes away almost all the screens. I mean, I don't blame them. I'll be real, I don't blame them because like all the other films get like no one there. Like I'll sit there and I said, oh yeah, Minecraft's taken away the ability for me and Rebecca to see like Sinners and stuff. But I looked at the times where people could go and there was no one in them. Like even the showings that were on, no one was there. Like I looked at the screens like just before they started on the app, and I think in total I saw maybe about, I think it was 5 people in about a 3 o'clock showing. I saw about 10 people at 6 o'clock showing, and I saw about, I think it was like somewhere between that. I didn't really look for the last one because I was busy, but I did have a quick glance, and I think it was like 8 people or something, 5 to 10 people for the 8 o'clock showing. So yeah, I don't blame these companies, these theaters for putting on the big ones like Minecraft, because they, Minecraft was packed. I was looking at all the because me and Rebecca wanted to go see Minecraft. Well, I did. Rebecca doesn't really care about Minecraft, but I wanted to go and see it because I'm curious. And we don't go if there's more than maybe 20 people. And every showing was just packed. Every single fucking showing, even in the seats that no one people don't usually sit in, people were sitting in. I was like, nah, this is crazy. So I don't blame theaters for putting on things like Minecraft and AMC. It gets them the sales they need to stay in business. Though I do hope, I think we might be seeing Sinners tomorrow, speaking of which. I think there's a showing on at a good time where there's not too many people in it. So I think we'll be seeing it tomorrow. Hopefully. Let me have a look. But yeah, Dean, music will 100% be AI. 100%. So easy to, you don't even, you haven't even got to go to the theater, to the recording studio then. That one. Nah, fuck that one. I'm not going on that one. That's the small one. I'm not going on the small one. Oh yeah. So Sinners is on in the big screen. I'm the biggest screen available. This screen has, I think, like 150 seats. And there's that's actually that's impressive. They're putting Sinners on that one then. So yeah, they've put Sinners on the biggest screen tomorrow, right? So this is like 150 seats. 150 seats, I think. And there is a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. 7 people. I've heard really good things about Sinners, that's why I want to go. But there's 7 people in a screen that's 150. Yeah, that's yeah. That's why I think they're very hesitant to do it. 150 seats, and it's going to only be set. That they'll probably spend more money just running the electricity bill than for the showing. Then that's crazy. Mind you, that's quite late on as well, so that should be full. All right, let's see this one. Let's see Minecraft. At the same time, but yeah, Minecraft is packed. Holy shit. Minecraft is absolutely fucking packed still. What the fuck? Why is it so packed? Why is it so packed? I swear like every kid has seen it. I suppose it's not school holiday anymore, so I don't know. See, that's the thing, like, yeah, like 7 people. That's the thing. It's like, I love those. Don't get me wrong. I love going to those showings. I absolutely fucking love it because I love getting the big screen when it's just a few people, like, and it's quiet because it's all, everyone in that is all spread out, right? So it's quiet, and it's so you can focus and you don't have some random dons talking. But you do wonder, like, you have to think to yourself, God, like the amount of money they're spending on the electricity, because they have to light the place. Obviously, the lights are dimmed, but they have to be on in the UK. I don't know if it's like that in America, but in the UK, the lights have to stay on in the theater the whole way through, even if it's just dimmed because of safety. So the lights are on. So that costs money, and they're old lights. They're not LEDs. They're old lights. because this is an old theater that needs to be. It's going to get revamped soon. They're gonna demolish the whole thing and rebuild it. So it has to have lights. It has the older style projectors, so they're very energy using. So they're probably spending, and mind you, the seats are cheap. So I think in total they're probably bringing in that one maybe like 30 quid. They're bringing in maybe £35, assuming that no one spends money on the food. Well, okay, maybe about 40 to 45 actually. And of course, with me and Rebecca, we're going to use a 2-for-1. So we're not going to have to. We're going to pay even less. So let's say me and Rebecca there. So let's say there's a few more people there tomorrow. Let's say 10 people. Let's say I don't know, maybe about 50, 60 quid. They're probably not going to make much money off that showing, if any, when you think about it. Like the electricity in this country is so high now. They're probably going to end up making like barely any money off that. They're going to have to hope that people buy food. And we very rarely do. We sometimes do. If we're feeling saucy, we'll get like a nachos or whatever. Like I love a good cinema nachos. I hate the price, but I love a good cinema nachos. I'm also a big fan of the slushies. Like the Tango Ice Blast. I love those. And those probably pay for the employees, because I can't imagine they make much money off the actual showings, especially when it's like that. So 10 people in the biggest showing in the biggest screen of the room of the cinema at evening time. That's crazy low. So they're probably gonna, and mind you, okay, you could say, but what about people who are buying on the day? I'll be real, most of the time the people that you see on the thing the night before who turns up, because it's very rare that there's more people in than the next day. So it's crazy. I mean, I've heard really good things about Sinners too. Like I've heard really, I think it was like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for a short period of time. It was really good, high, super high. So I'm excited to see it if we go. Of course, I can't say we are going to be going, but I hope so. So I'm excited to see it. But it's like it does really reveal how much those movies like Minecraft was filled every day for like the 2 weeks off holiday, and it's still quite busy now. So Minecraft probably paid their entire year's worth of money. 100%. Minecraft probably paid the whole year's rent on that place in like 2 weeks. That's probably them funded. Mind you, the place is definitely old. Like this place had, those old CRT TVs, right? They used to have like CRT TVs on these big I don't know what they like frames that hang from the roof, and they used to always be on, and it'd be showing different film trailers, right? And you'd go upstairs, you see all these film trailers, you'd see the TVs, and it was amazing. It felt like the future when this cinema opened. It felt so cool. And they're all off now. I don't imagine many of them work, but they're just there. They don't bother taking them down because it's too expensive for them to take down these TVs than just to leave them there. It's just too expensive. And so the place is really, really, it hasn't been upgraded in years. It still feels like a 90s cinema, which I'm fine with because I love that. I love that vibe, that 90s vibe, vintage 90s cinema vibe. But it doesn't feel like a Monday cinema. Like the seats are all old as well. Like they have taken out a few of the seats and replaced some of them with leather ones. But they're not like when we go to the other cinema. There's another cinema we go to and it's reclining seats. Like they got beds. There's another cinema that we have nearby that has like sofas you can sit on and you can order fucking pizza to the sofa. Like it's crazy. It's like some of these cinemas are really modern. They have bars. They have, as I said, they got mad stuff going on. Really, really cool cinemas. But this one's really old school because it just it's never been upgraded, and it's going to be demolished and rebuilt, like I said, but they're going to rebuild it smaller and put flats and stuff nearby instead. But it's just it's not the same, I don't know. I don't blame them. They probably don't make a lot of money, judging by their ticket prices. I mean, the fact that they could only charge like £6 for a ticket says a lot about how many people are going there, because if they were packed, they would be charging like at least 10-15 quid. But no, they can only charge like £6, and that's fine with me. I'm fine with that because it gets me and Rebecca to go see a lot more films. We went to see more films in the last 2 to 3 years than I've probably seen in a cinema. Way more than I've ever seen in a cinema, actually. I saw more films with Rebecca in like 2 months than I've ever seen in my entire life beforehand in the cinema. So, yeah. Mind you, that cinema was quite expensive when it first opened in the 90s. So, yeah, it just goes to show how different times it is. You're gonna get a lot of shit, are you, when you go on the 26th, are you, Dean? You're gonna get a ton of stuff. Yeah, you should. If you don't go cinema much, you might as well, bro. You might as well. If you only go cinema like once in a blue moon, you might as well get stuff. That's kind of the same thing that me and Rebecca do. When we go to a night, like a showing that we really like, we'll go to the fancier cinema. So if it's just normal stuff, we'll just go to the cheap cinema. But sometimes we want to go and see, like, you know, something that we really like. So an MCU film, like if it's a good MCU film, of course. So Doctor Doom, like Doomsday. Me and Rebecca will 100% go to the fancy cinema for that. 100%. We're gonna go when Doomsday comes out. We're 100% gonna go to the really nice cinema, reclining seats, all that good shit. But for normal stuff, for stuff that we don't really know about or we don't really care about as much, we'll just typically go to the cheap cinema. But we won't really buy much. But when we go to the fancy cinema, we'll buy, like, you know, we'll get like drinks. We'll get she gets a milkshake. I will get nachos to share usually, which saves some money. Sometimes we'll get a popcorn as well. So we'll get like a large popcorn, nachos. And I'll tell you this, yeah, the amount of times that we've ran out of nachos, right? We will run out of nachos and we'll buy, we'll use the fucking popcorn. Well, I will, she won't, but I use the popcorn. I dip the popcorn in the salsa and the cheese to use up the cheese and the salsa. I'll get every tiny fragment of that delicious cheesy salsa goodness out of the, you know, by using the popcorn. And people look at me and they're like, why is he eating like nacho cheese with popcorn? Bro, I don't give a shit. I love it. How is the cinema? Oh, the one we went to for that was just a standard one because it was, I remember when we went, like when we go to a lot of these like smaller films and these films that we don't really know much about, we don't want to spend all that money to go to because when we go to the fancy one, we also have to take more transport to get there. We can walk to the one nearby, the cheaper one. The other one, we would have to take the tube or something like, you know, the bus, and it takes a bit of time to get there. It's like it's like a 15-minute trip if we go by that because we've got to take the tube and then we got to walk, or take the bus and and then walk. So it's a bit of a trek to get there. So typically when it's like the films that we just not really seen before, we'll just go in and go to the cheaper one. But yeah, if it's like a film we really want to see, like it's usually MCU, like Deadpool. We went to the fancy cinema because we wanted to see that in comfort, and we went there for another film as well recently. I can't remember when we went there recently. What film was it? Oh, it was Captain America. It was Captain America. It was because it was Rebecca's birthday, so we went for her birthday. But yeah, the less said about that, the better. Paying all that money out, paying like 30 quid for all that, 35, 40 quid for all that, and then the fucking having to pay for the tube and all that. Yeah, that wasn't fun for that. For Deadpool, 100%, it was great. Fucking awesome. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. For Captain America, no. But for Doomsday, yes, we'll 100% go back for Doomsday. I don't know about the other ones. I think Thunderbolts we'll just see in the cheap cinema, and probably Fantastic Four as well, because we're not 100%. I'm not 100% sure about how that's going to turn out. I think it's going to turn out good, but I've had enough of these films of the MCU turn out not to be as good recently that I'm a little bit hesitant to trust them. So we'll probably go for the cheap cinema for that one. But Doomsday, I'll trust it. Yeah, the tube is really expensive these days, Dean. Yeah, 100%. Way, way, way more expensive than it was, not even that long ago when you think about it. It really has gone up in price recently. Buses are still very cheap, but of course, buses depend heavily on how busy the roads are, and obviously around busy times, it's not fun taking the bus. But if we have someone to go anywhere, I don't mind taking the bus, going home and stuff, and going out and seeing her, because I'm not in a rush. But when we're trying to go cinema, we're almost always late. We have a knack because now get this, yeah, I have timed every cinema in the local area. I know exactly how long it takes for every trailer and advert to end. I have it down to a fucking science, bro. So we turn up exactly that time after the start of the showing. So the showing will say something like 3:15. You know, if we get like, if we can get a day off or whatever, or like we get an early day or whatever, 3:15. So I know exactly when to turn up. 3:15, you'll be sitting there for like 26 minutes watching trailers. 26 minutes for one of the cinemas. It is 26 minutes on the dot. So we get there 26 minutes on the dot. It's crazy. Yeah, it's depending on the cinema. Some cinemas are less, but yeah, the cheaper one is like 26 minutes long. Exactly 26 minutes. You'd think 25. No, it's 26. That's what gets people. The amount of times I've sat there with my watch and I've timed it, as I've timed that shit. The second that it ends, I do it. I've done it on all the cinemas nearby, so I know exactly how much time we have. So what we usually do is I will book the ticket on the app. You know, just as it's like 26 minutes left, and we'll go and get snacks. We usually just get snacks from like Sainsbury's or Tesco or whatever, and we'll go get snacks, and then we'll walk to the cinema, and we almost always get there just on time. So we're walking in just as it's starting. Sometimes we're a little bit late, like maybe about half a minute late. But we sit at the front, so it doesn't bother anyone because we sit right in the front in the corner, so no one ever notices us come in, so it's fine. But there's always some don who comes in with their phone, like on their fucking smartphone, like flashlight on, and they're like waving it around trying to find their seat. And I'm like, bro, the fucking place is empty. You don't need your light. Just sit anywhere. It's fucking empty. It's empty, bro. Like, who are these dons that come in with their flashlight and they're like, bro, it's empty. Sit anywhere. It doesn't matter. They're not going to give a shit. Honestly, I don't get these dons. Rebecca has got really bad darkness eyesight, so I have to lead her though. So I have to like, she has to hold my hand, and I'm like, I have to take her to the seat because she's got such bad like dark, nighttime eyesight, whereas I'm able to see. It's funny, but we don't put our lights on or anything. Yeah, you need to take the bag in, bro. If you're going to take food, it's a good thing to do. Also, Dean, here's a good idea. Here's a really good suggestion, yeah? If you get the nachos, you know how when you get nachos there, they give you like cheese and salsa and all that? The big brain is to get a big bag of Doritos beforehand, yeah? Get a fat-ass bag of Doritos. Because the nachos, they never give you enough nachos. They give you so much salsa and so much cheese, but you never get enough nachos. So take the big-ass bag of Doritos in, use your nachos that you get with the cheese and all that, and any cheese, any salsa left, use the Doritos. Because then that way you can extend it. Because whenever we do it, we usually use less than half the cheese, half the salsa. And so what I do is I either use the popcorn or I use my finger and just like scoop it up. But that's the bigger brain. So whenever we have a chance to, we plan ahead and we get the Doritos. It's such a good idea. And usually they don't care. Like none of the cinemas around me give a shit. They're fine with you taking stuff in. They just ask that you're not messy with it. It's not hot food or smelly food. They don't give a shit if you go in and it's like Doritos or whatever. They don't give a shit. They don't even care. Like they've seen us walk in with snacks before. We usually put them in a carrier bag and we walk in like it's just like we've been shopping or whatever, and they don't usually care. But even if they have seen it before and they don't care. And actually, all the cinemas we go to have said that you are allowed to do that. There's only one that has said that you can't, and that's a fancy cinema where they're like they want you to order their food. But every other cinema that we've gone to has said you can bring in your own food as long as it's not like obnoxious. And so yeah, Doritos is a really good one. Try to find packaging that isn't like really noisy if you're going to do that as well. Rebecca always gets chocolate buttons, so she ends up making a lot of noise. What we usually do is we wait until we either do it just before the film starts, or we wait until the film is like really loud. If there's like Revenge of the Sith has a lot of loud moments where you can open packages. But also one thing we found really helps if you have a lot of time to prepare is if you can get yourself like, you know, those like cardboard takeout boxes, like a Happy Meal box or something like that, or you can buy them in stores. You can go to like B&M and find them, or you can just get a Happy Meal box. If you can fill that up with chocolates and stuff beforehand, it makes no noise at all. You know, if you have to open crisp packets, a chocolate packet, and you put your hand in, it makes noise. Put that shit into a box, like a Happy Meal box. It makes no sound because it's cardboard. So so that's what we do. We go and get ourselves like cardboard boxes from B&M, and if we remember to, we'll fill them up as the film's starting. So just before the film starts, we'll fill up the boxes, and then that way during the film we're not making any noise because it's just cardboard. You're not gonna hear like any real sound from it, like crinkles of a crisp packet. So that's what I would say is if that's if you want to be really like secretive, or if you want to really help not disturb other people. But that obviously depends on the film. Some films are loud, so it's not a big issue, like Star Wars. But like films like films where there's lots of talking, there's a lot of narrative. Yeah, I like to be quiet, so I like to take the wooden box or the cardboard box and then fill them up. But yeah, if you ever have like a Happy Meal or something like that, you can always take that afterwards, and that's a good way. You can fill that up with like chocolates, whatever you want, or crisps if you want. But yeah, if you have nachos, if you're going to buy nachos there, definitely bring Doritos or some other crisp, because it will, trust me, it will make the experience. So it's nothing worse than when you finish all your nachos off and there's all that cheese and that sultry goodness, and you're sitting there like, oh, I wish I had more. I wish I had more nachos. I love it. I love getting open that big bag of Doritos and be like, yep, we can just take our time now, and we don't have to worry. It's not good for the health though, I imagine, all the calories, but it does make you a lot happier when you know you're not wasting all that cheesy goodness or that sultry goodness or sour cream. You know, some people, I like to have all of them, but some people like to have some, like one or two. I have them all. So my nachos are just like, yeah, covered with sauces, or sometimes they give you little pots. I like the companies that give you little pots of it because you can take those home with you, and we have done that before. But yeah, you gotta really plan ahead sometimes. But if you're lucky and you have a Sainsbury's or a Tesco or something nearby, even like a local one, oh, it's so good, bro. You know, we thankfully have a Sainsbury's like right nearby, so we could just go and quickly pick up stuff and go in. But yeah, no, yeah, that's what I do as well, Dean. I eat half of it before I've even started. Like, I'll be sitting there munching away, and the trailers, you know, like if we get in like 5 minutes before the trailers end, I'll be in it before the trailers. It's so frustrating. I have to really pace myself. I have to really think about it. You don't like to eat in the cinema. That's probably that's the healthier approach. If you train yourself to eat in the cinema, it's the worst thing, because then once you train yourself to do it, it's so difficult because it's just calories. It's so many calories. Like Rebecca will eat an entire chocolate buttons, and that's hundreds of calories. And I'll eat an entire I usually get M&Ms if we're going to buy stuff outside of the cinema. So I'll have the entire pack of M&Ms, and I looked at how much there is. It's like 500 fucking calories for that. I'm like, nah, that's crazy. I'm eating so many calories without even realizing. So it's not good for you, especially if you go cinema a lot. So yeah, it's not a good habit to be in. If you only go cinema once in a while, it's fine. If you go like Dean with you, it'll be fine because it's a special occasion, once in a blue moon thing. But if you're someone who goes cinema like me and Rebecca, where we don't go all the time, but we go enough that we go multiple times a month, it's awful if you get into it. We've also done it in the past where we'll take a Subway in there. That's a little bit more naughty, I'm not gonna lie, but we have taken in Subway before. But it's fine because we're very quiet. We make sure we take it all out beforehand, and we try not to get anything that will smell, so we don't get like, you know, anything. Like Rebecca likes tuna, but she won't get tuna. She won't get tuna. Then she'll just get like chicken, and I'll get like salami. So we've done that. And we usually sit away from everyone else, so no one can really smell it. That's about it. I've heard people taking pizzas before, which is pretty crazy. If they sold pizza there, people probably would buy it. They sell hot dogs, so fuck it. Why not sell pizza? But some of the cinemas near me do, so. Yeah, it's as the thing. If you only go once in a blue moon, it's fine. Even if you're trying to be really healthy, it's only a once in a blue moon thing. But if you go a lot, yeah, you need to, yeah. And that's the thing. As long as you're respectful, like as long as you try to be respectful, the amount of dons out there in there that speak, they talk, they're really loud with their stuff. Like they like the amount of dons that leave mess everywhere. They drop the fucking popcorn and leave it everywhere. My God, man! Like I dropped the popcorn once, and I scooped that shit back into the thing. Like. we finished what was still in it. So I dropped it. We lost about a half of it, maybe just under half of it. So we finished eating it. We continued eating what was in the actual box. And then once the box was empty, I sat there quietly during the film with my foot scraping in the popcorn into the box. And at the end of the film, I did the rest of it. I got like a piece of card from another thing and just scooped as much popcorn into it. There was some that was left that I couldn't get to. I bet I felt really bad, but I scooped as much of it back into the box as possible. And I was like, oh, I hope they can get in here with a Hoover or something and suck up the rest that was under the chair, but I couldn't reach. But some dons, they just leave it everywhere, like they don't give a shit. So I don't know. Some people are just fucking animals, but as long as you're respectful, you know, they don't give a shit. Even if you brought in like a pizza, they wouldn't give a shit as long as you're not disrespectful of it. You could probably go in there with fucking KFC, as long as you're not disrespectful and you throw it everywhere or drop it, they wouldn't give a shit. If you just brought in like a boneless banquet or like a bucket of chicken and just ate it quietly, they probably wouldn't give a shit as long as you don't make it like shove it in other people's faces and cause issues. My cinema's really chill like that. They don't give a shit as long as you don't cause issues. So yeah, it's one of those things really, but it's not healthy to eat when you get to train yourself like that, because you will always eat and it is so bad. But oh well, that's us now for it. That's what we've done. We can't change it. Oh really? There was a group chatting and giggling, bro. It's so terrible, bro, when people are like that. I hate it. I absolutely hate people who chat in the film. Again, they should have like loud viewings for people. They should have like what I would call coffee shop viewings, where it's like you can go in there with a coffee and just sit there and talk to your friends whilst the film's showing, because that's what a lot of people treat it like. A lot of people treat cinema now as like it's a coffee shop, you know, where they want to sit there with their friends and talk. And I'm fine with that if you have a special viewing for it. You know, they treat it like they're at home, or they treat it like they're in a coffee shop. If they had a showing, which is like a loud showing, you can go in there, you could talk, as long as you're not like obnoxiously loud, like shouting, screaming, you know, you can go in there, have a chat with your friends and treat it like you're sitting in front of a TV or you're, you know, you're in a coffee shop. Fine, that's cool. I'm all for that. But yeah, in normal showings, people should be quiet, but they're not. It's really annoying. So that's why we try to go in when very few people are there. We try to avoid people. So we go in like small showings. And like I said, if I see more than 2 groups of 3, I'm like, nah, I'm calm. We're not going. But if there's only one group of 3 and the rest of them are either solos or maybe a few doubles, it's fine. If there's a group of 4 or more, you know it's going to be fucked. And it's funny actually, when you see, because obviously when you look on the app, you can't tell if it's kids or not. But when we go into a viewing, if I see a family of like 4 with kids, it's usually not that bad. Like I actually find kids are better than adults. Like the kids sometimes, like when we went to see Dragon Ball, there was a dad with his 2 kids, right? And they would shout out very rarely. They'd be like, you know, when's it starting? And oh, it's Goku, but it would be very rare. And it was fine because they, you know, for the most part, it was just an excited kid. But whenever we go to like a showing, it's like 4 adults, like four fucking like even like middle-aged women. We went to showings with middle-aged women and they're yapping away. Pisses me off, bro. That's why when there was like all those dons talking and I started calling them all cunts on the way out when the show was finished, I was like, you need to shut the fuck up, you cunts. And they got so mad at me. They were like, you don't have to speak to us like that. And I was like, I don't give a shut. I was like, shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit. Like, I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed. I was like, I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up. Leave. Like, they're literally opening the door to leave. And they're like, you don't have to speak to us like that. I said, shut the fuck up and get out. I don't give a shit. Leave. Oh my god, bro. Like, the whole film, I was wanting to say it. The whole film, I was like, I was biting my tongue the whole film because I didn't want to ruin it for other people, right? But as soon as that film ended and they were walking past us, I was like, you fucking cunts, you silly fucking cunts. Like, learn some fucking respect. Learn how to be decent in a cinema. You don't fucking talk in a cinema, you dumbasses. And they got so fucking angry. They were like, you don't have to speak to us like that. No, I don't have to, but I want to because you're silly fucking cunts. Honestly, I think I said it to like multiple groups too, because there was multiple groups yapping away. So I said it like to multiple groups. I didn't know exactly which group it was. So it was like the worst. So I just said it to all the groups. Every time a group of like 4 or more were leaving, I was like, you fucking cunts. Shut the fuck up. Every time, bro. I was so pissed that day. I was so fucking pissed. Rebecca was like, you could tell Rebecca was a bit uncomfortable that I said all that, but she agreed with me afterwards. Like, she was like, yeah, they needed to shut up. But she, you know, but I could tell she was a bit hesitant that I was saying it. But I was like, I don't care. Like, these cunts need to fucking get told. I hope they think of me whenever they go to the cinema. I hope they think of me. I hope they think, oh, that Don who told us to shut the fuck up and called us cunts. I hope they fucking remember me, and they sit there dead silent in case I'll be there. I hope so. I think they were university students. I'll be real. I think they were university students. On like they finished university for the day or whatever, because they were that age and they all were like, you know, carrying like stuff that looked like university stuff. So yeah, whatever. They, you know, if you're at university, you should know how to shut the fuck up. That showing of Sonic 3 made you want to commit several post-birth abortions. Legit, no, it takes the piss. I don't care. I'm just gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna say what it is. I don't care. I'm so fed with these fuckers. No, there was these dons, right, who were riding their bikes down the one of the, like, this area. Me and Rebecca were walking, and these dons were riding these like fucking bikes, right, electric bikes, on the pavement. Like, it was a wide pavement. It was a walking pavement, but it was a pavement, and you are allowed to ride bikes along it, but it's like, you're supposed to be courteous. But these dons were on electric bikes, and I was just saying to her, bro, I swear, if the boys universe was real, I'd be like Homelander. Like, if I was Homelander, the whole world would fucking be quaking, because I would fucking straight up murder these motherfuckers. Like, if I was Homelander, God help us all, because I wouldn't be like Superman. I wouldn't be helping and being really nice and caring, and even for the worst people, I would be going around committing multiple mass murders as Homelander. I genuinely would. Anyone who commits crime would be dead. Anyone who fucking causes issues, damages, potentially hurts other people by being stupid, dead. Like, there would be no one left. And she was like, oh, thank God you're not Homelander then. I was like, yeah, damn fucking right, I'm not Homelander, because the amount of fucking cunts out there that I would fucking eviscerate. Honestly, I'm so fed up with these dons. They're so bad. I don't know if it's like you don't have to be riding down the pavement at 25, 30 miles per hour on a bike when you and especially leaning back on the bike. So you got, like, what was if a little kid walked across and got hit by that? The kid would be dead. And it's getting worse now, because you see this a lot. It's not just teenagers. It's like Deliveroo drivers. They're everywhere. Deliveroo, Uber drivers, all that. Uber Eats and all that. They're everywhere. They're fucking menaces. And some people are going to get killed. Someone's going to get killed eventually by this because of these stupid people. And they're riding around like fucking menaces. So yeah, it's a good thing I'm not fucking Homelander, because yeah, there'd be a lot less people in this world if I was Homelander. I wouldn't kill people based upon race, religion, anything like that. I'd kill people based upon the fact that they just piss me off. So I guess in a sense it would kind of be like Homelander, because Homelander didn't even like think much of the Nazi bitch that was trying to get with him. He was like, you know, when she kept saying like, oh, you know, I'm a Nazi and all that, and he was like, what? Like, no. He found it was a turn off for him. Like, he just wants to kill people because he doesn't like them. Whereas this bitch was trying to like go on about the master race or some shit. I love that. I honestly love that for Homelander. But where's those fucking game invites gone? They're not there. Oh well. But yes, honestly, too many arseholes these days, and they ruin everything, so fuck them. It is what it is. What can you do? Anyway, let me know how you feel about Sinners. Yeah, I will do. If we go and see it, I'm not sure if we are or not. I think we're busy. We're doing something tomorrow, I think, like during the late afternoon. I think we're going to be doing something, but if we have a time afterwards, we'll go and we'll go to cinema and have a look at it. If it's still looking good. I'm not going to go there if like 40, 50 people suddenly appear, but I don't imagine a lot of them will. Homelander's not long for this world in this new season. Oh yeah, he's gone. 100. He'll have to be killed, 100%. But who will kill him? That's the question. Will it be Ryan? Will it be Billy Butcher? Or will it be someone else? But, hey, I'm just saying, you know, sometimes Homelander's methods would be the best solution for a lot of these motherfuckers out there. I'm just saying, you know? Don't hate. Don't hate me because I'm right. Some of these motherfuckers need Homelander. It's just, you know, it's just the truth. Pretty much like 50% of the people that go to the cinema with me need Homelander to visit them. that's a darker view, but hey, it's true. That's how I feel. I get so frustrated with these dumbasses out there and how inconsiderate they are. Because me and Rebecca are so considerate. We always try to avoid causing issues. We try to disturb people the least. We're always walking out of people's way to like to not get in people's way. The amount of motherfuckers that walk down the pavement and just walk into you. Honestly, the amount of motherfucking parents, especially, you know, they got perfect amount of space. And they walk in the center of the fucking pathway with their child. I'm like, bro, who the fuck crowned you queen of the pathway? So my thing now, I just barge into people, or that best thing to do if you don't want to, you know, just stop, just stand, just like stop and stand and stare at them, and then they'll walk around you. But my god, man, nah, there's too many inconsiderate motherfuckers out there now. Too many motherfuckers. I don't want to go into a tangent about how much I hate people, because that's pretty evident. Yeah, maybe another time. But anyway, for now, I'm going to end it. So I hope you have a lovely Tuesday. Hope you all enjoy whatever you get up to, whether it's going back to work or whatever, you know, school, whatever the fuck it is. Enjoy it. Have a great one. I'll be back sometime this week. I'll see what Rockstar's saying on Thursday. I might stream Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'd say the best bet is probably seeing what Rockstar does Thursday. Unless if Joe somehow gets a PS5. Hey, I'm just saying, if Joe gets a PS5, I'll stream every day. Just saying, but otherwise, it'll probably be Thursday that I'll stream, but we'll see. Ryan sucks. You hope Butcher splits him too. I agree. I hate Ryan too. He's a little prick. But, yeah. Anyway, God bless. Have a good one. Take care. All that good stuff. Bye.